All right, so it seems that I'm live. I'm just making sure that this thing works. Hold on. If you folks can hear me. What do we have in chat? We have Rumen in chat. Rumen, can you hear me? We also have Hazenbug as well on the vertical live stream. Just let me know if I'm audible or not. I also want to see if Brave audio works. Oh, Brave audio doesn't work. Hold on. Not yet. Hold on. Filters. Properties.
Me. She says
Okay, so Brave seems to be working. Let's see.
that Caliber is
Okay. You can hear me. Okay, awesome. Let's see. Can someone confirm if they can hear this as well?
pronounced Calibre. And I'm like, no, but I had a call with the guy.
The hell just happened? OBS just quit. No warning at all. Are we still live? We are live, it seems. Why did that thing just die? Can someone confirm if I'm audible? If I'm still audible? Just want to make sure before I start. The fuck happened to OBS? New window. Yes, okay. Thank you, Cleo. Can you tell me, Cleo, if you can hear this as well? I'm not gonna talk right now. This is the video.
Hear this once and for all.
This is not audible. I cannot hear it. Hold on. Is it?
How do you pronounce it? I had
Oh, yeah. I'm not monitoring it. I'm gonna play it again.
a misconception of you. And this comes from the discussions in GitHub, right? They call you like a root maintainer. I don't know, that you're sometimes harsh on people. Do you want to share something about that with us? How's the competition with other terminals? Ghosty is up in the market right now, creating a lot of new features. Western has been in the market for a long time already.
Can you hear that? Okay, awesome. What's up, Rumen? I sent this message on Discord. In case that someone wants to join, send me a message in this thread and I will test the live stream with 2 guests. And why am I doing this? Because we had a call with the professor last Friday and it was a mess. So what I did is that I recreated my OBS configuration and I want to test it and make sure it works. I don't know what was happening on Friday. It was really weird because I have had interviews with 4 guests. I don't know, but I just wanna make sure and test. So send me a message in this thread, and I'm gonna send you the links and all that stuff. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, so far it seems good. So far it seems to be sending this data good. Let me check OBS as well. Let me see if this thing is recording as well. Let's see. Should be this one. These ones. 110. Okay, so stream is looking healthy, but it's just me, of course. But it's sending this correctly to YouTube vertical. Let's see, stream health. And here it also good as well. I need a max code. Which Discord user is this? Is this this one? This little, what is it, bear or something? Is this your user? Remember, if you want to join, send me a message here. We can talk about Emacs. You can share your screen and all that stuff. Kashmir Dev, okay. No, it's working good, I think. What the hell was happening to OBS on Friday? I'm wondering. That was pretty weird. Can you guys hear me here as well? Let's see. I should be audible here. Let's see. Audio mixer. Yep, I should be audible here as well. In case guest 1 joins here, guest 2 would be here, and me here. Why am I surrounded by Arch Linux and NixOS users? I don't know. You know, that is the type of audience that follows me. And there's people that get offended because I have show furries in my channel. We don't want those people here, okay? So these are filters, okay? So I get the right audience in the channel. I don't want to get furries. I don't care, I don't care if furries join the community. Well, there's for sure a lot of furries in the community, but they deny it. Why? Why do you guys feel ashamed of, wearing your fursuits? There's nothing wrong with that, It's 2026.
Furries for days.
For sure. Okay, so the text-to-speech voice changed. Can someone send this message? Can someone send this message? Lyrics. It's not lyrics, but I just want the...
Anita Max code. Why are you gay?
Awesome. Can you send the initial part of the interview? Hold on. Simon.
Run me daily. Why are you gay?
Interview. Text. Someone should... Transcript. Yep. I want the transcript. Is this the one? This is...
Run me daily. Send it to me via Discord.
Hold on. We bring in the studio this morning. That's the part that I want. This one, we bring in the studio this morning. One of the gay rights activists, Mr. Thank you for coming in. Can someone send this? Why can't I send those messages? That sucks, man. I have to become a member in my own freaking channel.
Anita Marks Code. We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr. Pepe Julian Onziema. Thank you for coming in.
Oh man, amazing. I think I like this voice a little bit better. I think I like this one better. Can you guys hear the text-to-speech or just me?
Anita Marks Code. Why are you gay?
Pronounces it right. Love
Run
it.
me a daily. Oh yeah.
Yep. So let's start, because I'm gonna start reacting to the video. If someone wants to join, you know what you guys have to do. All right. Why do we have the furries there?
Run me daily. I like this one better too.
Right. I think it's a better choice. We have the furries here because
Basubunni.
yep, we are just going to keep them there until someone shows up. Otherwise, your co-workers, are gonna...
Bashar Furi.
What was that? Bash furry. They're gonna see you watching a video with furries so that you feel ashamed, because you shouldn't be doing this shit right now, brother. To begin with, right now you should be working, studying, or doing something productive, not this. So hopefully, mom, look at what your kid is watching. He's watching degenerate shows on the internet that have these weird animals. Okay, so just
Am definitely working.
working. Okay, so which one is the one that I want to watch? Hold on. Someone sent this video in Discord. The fuck is Discord? Here.
Walking or walking?
We'll have to get used to the accent because I just don't get it 100% either. But we'll get there. How is the CPU doing? 38%, huh? Okay, so this is the video that I want to watch. Why do I want to watch this video? Because I don't know what the fuck to do. Oh, you guys cannot see my screen. There we go. Okay. I don't know what to do with Emacs right now. If continue with the from scratch thing, if go the Doom Emacs way, or what the right choice is. So we're gonna see what Basubunni has to say. Maybe she can provide some advice as an ex NeoVim user. I think she was NeoVim user, wasn't she? Oh, why I chose it over Vim and I don't know. But I don't know. I think she was on NeoVim before, if I'm not mistaken. We had the call with the professor Friday. He said, go with evil mode and try Doom, because he doesn't want me to slow down too much. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. We're gonna decide. She started with NVim and then switched to Doom Emacs. Okay. So we're gonna say a prayer then before we get started with this. Okay. Where's the video here? Okay. So, Lord Pratt, we are confused and we don't know what to do. We need your guidance. And we need you to show us the light on what we have to do with Emacs. Lord COVID, we're creating Emacs content more every day. And that is disrespectful for you. So fuck this. Let's get started, guys. Okay, I'm gonna play this in 1.5.
Some of you may know Emacs
Yeah, baby, that's good. 1.5.
as the rival to Vim. And we know that Vim has been increasing
Is that from the beginning? Hold on. Did I miss something? There we go.
Some of you may know Emacs as the rival to Vim, and we know that Vim has been increasing popularity. However, I like to go against the grain, which means I pivoted to Doom Emacs a couple years back, and I haven't looked back. I have no intention of going back to Vim. So in this video, I'm going to talk about Doom Emacs specifically, what it is, how it works with Nix, which is my Linux distro, how I use it for coding.
Nix, bro. That is tough. That is tough.
My favorite packages, even some of the underexplored features in Emacs that I really want to dive into. Doom Emacs is actually a framework for Emacs, so it's essentially like a pre-built Emacs. Emacs is completely customizable in and of itself. It's a lot, okay? Some people will call it a text editor, but text editing is just one of many features that this ecosystem has. I feel like some people say it's an operating system. Emacs is basically an application that allows you to have a keyboard-centric workflow for anything and everything you could probably want to do on a computer. You can browse web pages, you can create notes that you can then export to any file format. You can execute code, you can use it as a code editor, you can manage all of your tasks in a calendar, and even have it lay out an entire agenda of your tasks for the week. That in and of itself made me curious about Emacs, but what really made me make the jump to Emacs was org mode. And we'll talk about that a little bit further into the video because it is unreal. And I'll walk you through some of the ways that I use org mode. I have barely scratched the surface with org mode, despite the fact that I've been using Emacs for quite a while. There's so many features in Emacs that I've just stayed to my...
Lord Prat, let's continue with our prayer. Why should we switch to Emacs when we have Neorg and we also have org mode in NeoVim? We need you to shed some light. We need you to provide us with some answers. NeoVim org mode. Which one is it? And also, Lord Pratt, we don't know if we stick to NeoVim, if we should use this org mode plugin or if we should use Neorg. Well, I guess I'm praying to the wrong God in that specific scenario. Lord Justin. Well, I don't think he uses org. Which Lord can we pray to? Yeah, let's say Lord Justin. So should we use Neorg or org mode if we stick to NeoVim? Or should we just ditch all of those, both of those, and just switch and try org and Emacs the way Lord Prad intends? Right? Right? Amen. What does chat say? Neorg is not the same experience as org mode Emacs. Es como aprender a meter en la facultad. I tried the original org mode in Emacs is much better, but why? Hazenbug, why? Don't come here and just talk crap without facts. We need facts, brother. I feel you can replicate all of the Emacs mentioned. Oh, okay. So I've been doing that exactly with my config, replicating a lot of the Emacs functionality. I don't know Lua. I've been doing it with AI most of the times. But it's hacky, it's complicated. Org is an already established package, so doesn't make sense to continue doing it this way. That's just more pain for me. And so the question is, Neorg, org mode, or Emacs directly with org, right? The Discord is only for members. Yep, you can read in this stream. Read the pinned comment in the comments right now. Doesn't support the same features, just a subset of them. Not all the packages that work on Emacs are available on the NeoVim clone. Emacs is a lot of work as well in my experience. That is true as well. Emacs is a lot of work as well. But it has a lot more things out of the box if your goal is to play around with org. We were talking with the professor on Friday, and he said that initially org was not a part of the Emacs package, but it became so popular that it was adopted, by Emacs core, we could say, and now org is just part of Emacs. He says that it's not the same team of maintainers. Someone else maintains org, it seems, but it's an official package, we could say. Org agenda. Oh, okay. So org agenda is not part of neorg, and org agenda is not part of org mode in neovim, of this nvim org mode. Let's see. Agenda. Okay, so there's an agenda here, brother. What are you talking about? But this is org mode. This is not neorg. Am I the only one that hates these videos? Like, I need someone talking shit there to understand what the fuck is going on. Am I the only one? Someone? Is there someone else that has this exact same problem? Or is it just me? And I have to be watching where the cursor is, trying to see what they type. And I cannot put it on 1.5 speed. I don't know, but it seems that there's an agenda there. Okay, let's get back to business. They simply contacted her through Twitter. It's a terrible social network. Hold on, I got lost there. Flashbang? What flashbang? What do you mean flashbang? Oh, the white text, okay. They said they simply contacted her. Maybe it's worth it? What are you talking about? Who needs a shit talker? Why do you not ditch? Okay, yeah, light mode. Shit talker? Shit talker? Shit talker? What is Nick Jackson talking about? ¿Por qué el contenido es solo en inglés y no en ambos idiomas, brother? Do you want me to say half of the words in Spanish and half of the words in English? ¿Quieres que diga la mitad del contenido o la mitad de las palabras en español y la otra mitad en inglés? So should we do that? Both languages at the same time? Entonces deberíamos de hacer eso. Los dos lenguajes al mismo tiempo. What do people think? ¿Qué piensa la gente? I just heard someone needs someone to talk shit. Happy. Oh, okay. Yep. I need someone to join in Jackson, but you have to share your camera because I need. Oh, well, you're not a member. Someone that is a member on Discord. That is the. How can we say it? Condition? No, because I'm bribing you guys to do something. To become a member so you can join Discord, so you can join the live stream. So, is it bribing? Is that what it's called? No sé si lo... J. Defesa, nobody gives a crap about Spanish in this channel, brother. But I do have a channel in Spanish. I never upload shit to it, though. Where is it? Here. This one, But I don't upload there regularly. Someday I will. The problem is that the Spanish community, at least the country that I live in, they don't care about neovim. They don't give a crap about Emacs. All they care about is Windows, VS Code, and fuck them, brother. I know that I could start a community in my country and promote neovim and promote macOS, Linux, and all that stuff, but too much work for the amount of people that is just gonna watch that shit. Okay, I need a Max. Let me know in Discord when you're ready, and I'll send you the links, okay? Let's continue in the meantime with the Basubunni video.
my little
You can send me the message in the thread. What is this system? Okay. In this thread, okay? Just send it there. You're from Mexico and would appreciate the content in Spanish. Yeah, I created the channel, but I didn't do much with it, to be honest. I don't know. Someday I think I'll continue the Spanish channel as well. We're gonna see. I want to start something local as well. You know, let's see if some Guatemalans join the community. But like I said, most of the people here, like out of all of the people that I talk to that are in Guatemala, nobody uses NeoVim. Maybe one, you know. macOS, they use it because they have to use it for work, but they mainly use Windows. They don't give a crap about window managers. We're like 20 years behind in my country, so you know, it's tough. But someday I'll have to teach them. Okay, let's continue with this.
little circle of things that I enjoy and that have improved my workflow. Every once in a while, I veer out of my comfort zone and try something new. Org mode is a whole can of worms in and of itself, but I'll give you a pretty simplistic workflow with org mode so that you can adopt it pretty easily if you want to try it out. Now, obviously, a huge benefit with Emacs is that it's open source. I love supporting open source software, and so many of the packages as well for Emacs are open source. So being able to support anything and everything from that ecosystem is outstanding. Another great reason why I chose Doom Emacs specifically is because it has support for what's called evil mode, which means that all of your years of Vim knowledge and the time that you've invested to get used to Vim keybinds and shortcuts and commands actually transfer. So you don't necessarily have to learn any of the Emacs bindings for anything. You can just use your Vim keybinds and commands that you're used to. Part of what appealed to me about Doom Emacs in particular is that while it is customizable, I don't have to customize it for it to just work. It's pretty easy to be productive right off the gate, and you don't have to customize a ton in order to enable new language servers or work in any programming languages that you want. It's pretty much as easy as just uncommenting some lines from the config, and it just works. I will also say at Doom Emacs in particular, a lot of the design decisions in the UX of Doom Emacs is outstanding. I actually, when I first got introduced to Doom Emacs and I was looking through the different commands, I actually took inspiration from how well organized all of the keybinds were and made some modifications to my NeoVim config at the time in order to make it nicer, just basically copying the keybinds over from Doom. So I personally find the keybinds really intuitive, and I think that they are really well organized, and you can fuzzy find through all of the available commands. It will show you the keyboard shortcut for all of those commands, or when they have one assigned at least. And what's nice too is because of the grouping of these commands, you can become a power user of Doom Emacs without having to spend like hours reading through the documentation. You can just get really
Okay, but again, what Prat said in the interview that I had with them, if I try evil mode, I'm not gonna be trying Emacs. I already have the experience with Vim motions, so that would for sure make it way easier. So that's why I'm saying in the prayers to Lord Prat. I wonder if I have another interview with him, if he's going to relax a little bit more and say, you know what, go with evil. But is that the advice that I want? Do I want him to soften out and say what I want to hear? Or do I want his truth, even if it's painful, right? Does it make sense? Does what I'm saying make sense or no? Have you ever tried Hyperland? I'm thinking on buying a MacBook. I don't use aerospace. I use Yabai, and I have not tried Hyperland. And I don't care about too much. I don't care too much about the animations, and so that it looks really pretty. Because I've seen the way that it looks on Linux. It looks beautiful, man. But all I want in a window manager is that it allows me to do this with these chat windows, this workspace in macOS, to have it in this specific layout, and the other workspaces to have them in different layouts. Okay, so all my applications are on this workspace by default, and I just move some out of here to this other one. So I use Yabai. I don't have experience with other window managers, to be honest. Doom is better for you, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what the professor says. Is this the professor? And the professor is a hypocrite. Hold on, let me switch to this other scene. The professor, oh no, this one instead. The professor is a hypocrite because he's telling me to try evil mode and do Emacs, and he uses vanilla Emacs, I think. So there you go. How to use Emacs? Is it very there? Oh, brother. Do you use NeoVim right now? Are you gonna switch over to? Okay, so you shouldn't be following what I'm doing, cause brother, I'm all over the place. You know, if you want to have a little bit of stability in your life, just stick to NeoVim or stick to Emacs, to whatever you use already, and just continue with it. Cause, oh man, they're rabbit holes, and it's gonna be painful. Very lacking compared to Vim. It's fluid enough, right? Yabai is good, you know. What you see on the screen right now is Yabai, but I switch to applications. I don't switch to workspaces, okay? So if I want to switch, I'm in my chat right now, but if I want to switch to my browser, it's a key map away. You see that? Did you see it breaking up? Could be. It's not as, I cannot see like too fast, so I don't care. But if I switch back to my chat, you see that? To me, that is, you know, that is decent. Chat, browser, terminal, chat, Discord, chat, browser, you know. So for me, it is, meh, you know. Please never leave the NeoVim church, bro. NeoVim is the best. Life is one giant rabbit hole, yep. En Yabai hay que deshabilitar zip. It depends. I do have zip disabled, but if you have a work computer, you will not be able to disable zip, brother, if you work at a decent company, right? Because they will have them in this jam F thingy, so they will not allow you to get into the BIOS and disable zip, okay? I did use Yabai at my previous company, and I had zip enabled there, and I never had any issues. Yabai worked fine. But the difference is that I don't switch to workspaces again. I directly switch to applications. So I switch to my browser, I switch to my chat. Okay, so that's what makes it feel instant. I don't remember what other things you need to have zip disabled for, but you don't have to. Give it a try, experiment. Something else to switch to an app. I did ditch Emacs, NeoVim for Emacs, and I'm happy. I did ditched NeoVim for Emacs. Okay, so you were on NeoVim. No, you were on NeoVim, and you went to Emacs, okay?
Hands-on experience using it and just improve and get faster with your workflows. The author also does a really good job of prioritizing stability. It often depends on a slightly older version of Emacs because that stability is like the core factor with Doom Emacs. So I personally love that because I don't know about you, but I had my NeoVim on nightly so that it had tree sitter support back when I used Vim. That also meant that pretty much whenever I would update my plugins, something would break. I don't know if that was just plugin authors making breaking changes and not making that a major version release, or me overlooking the fact that it was a major version change. I don't know where the issue lay, okay? But my NeoVim config would break a lot. And maybe I've broken my Emacs config like one time. Like, it has been so few and far between. It is just nice having.
How is it when you don't use a distro? I use LazyVim, so my stuff doesn't break, I think. But I guess because of the distro that I use, because of LazyVim. But it did break at the beginning, especially when this completer showed up, you know, the blink thingy, this that you see here, when I try to complete a word. Oh man, when this one came out to replace, what was the other one called? NVim comp? I don't remember the name, right? So there were breaking changes and it was a little bit of a pain in the ass. But now it's stable. I guess when a new package is new at the beginning, it tends to break a lot. I guess it depends on the package. Lately, my NeoVim hasn't broken too much, to be honest. The way that it used to break at the beginning because of new packages. I don't know. It's been more stable this past year. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Lazy extras. Okay, it's similar to lazy extras then. Emacs has Tetris built in. Oh, we have some comments here in Twitch. Sorry, HDH. How is the tutorial going? It's doing bad, brother. I haven't done it. I'll continue tomorrow, maybe, the Emacs tutorial. Leave the NeoVim church. How? Wow, FurryConf came early? No. This is not FurryConf yet, Eren. This is just me trying to join a call with 2 members because I want to test stream, because the stream that I had on Friday with the professor was a bad experience. So I fixed it and I want to see if it's actually fixed or not. So if you want to join, send me a message here. Okay, we have there the first person that wants to join. Give me a minute, Kashmir Dev. I'm going to send you the links soon, okay? So Eden, or if any other Discord members want to join, send me a message in this thread as well.
Having an environment where it's a keyboard-centric workflow, and honestly, the knowledge translates, like the fact that it's all Vim keybinds and
I want to have 2 men. I want to have a 3. No, I want to have 3 people. Me, 2 other people, so that I can test and try to replicate what happened on Friday. Okay, that's pretty much. And I'm watching this video in the meantime.
and everything, so it feels super comfortable and is super adaptable to so many different environments. It's not like I'm learning keyboard shortcuts that only work for this specific editor. It's very transferable knowledge. The fact that you can have that consistency in your workflows across every service that you want is really outstanding. And again, it's super customizable. I will say that this is something that makes Doom Emacs not a great fit for everyone. The customizability for Doom Emacs, because it is a framework, is more limited than if you were doing a pure Emacs configuration. It's kind of a bit of that give or take. Like in my case, I was sick of my NeoVim config breaking all the time and having my own config from scratch, having to maintain that. This one just works all the time, and I really love that. And I also like that it has so many built-in features that I haven't used before, so I get to kind of experiment or play with that whenever I am bored or feel like it. Versus I feel like when you are creating your own config from scratch, you're the only person that is supplying that with the packages that you want and with the configuration stuff that you want. So there's a bit less room to explore, a bit more to maintain, but it gives you full customizability on all of the keybinds and every single part of your experience. So again, I do really like that this is just so like transferable to either Vim or Emacs, and that it's completely customizable. Hey, this is Editing Bunny. Yeah, so I kind of forgot why I was using Emacs Overlay and gave you the wrong explanation for how Emacs Overlay works. So basically I have Emacs Overlay as part of my configuration.nix file for NixOS.
Why is bunny written with an I instead of a Y? How do you write bunny? So it's not related to a bunny? How do you write bunny? This way? Yeah, bunny with Y, right? So it's not bunny related? Like, you guys know what I'm talking about? I thought it was like related to a bunny, the little, this thingy right here. So is it something else then?
Because it allows me to manage some packages like vterm, and I think I have like xcopy or pbcopy or something like that. I don't know. You can check my .files. I have them linked below. But it basically allows you to manage some packages that you'd want to have installed for Emacs just at like a system level. That's what Emacs Overlay does. It shows it as an Emacs package that you can import. If you use Emacs Overlay, you have to pin it to a specific version. Otherwise, if you're just pinned to master, it's going to try and actually rebuild Emacs from source every time that you run Nix rebuild switch. So that is why my configuration is what it is, and that is what I would recommend to you if you have packages that you want consistently installed for Emacs. I don't manage all of my packages through Emacs. I kind of have a little bit of a mixed bag there, but I found that one was pretty consistent. So that's what Emacs Overlay does. And that's my workaround for having super long build times on Nix after I added the Emacs.
So is this overlay thing related to Nix then? If it is, I don't give a crap about it. I hope it is because I don't understand what overlay is.
Okay, back to the video. Let's talk about some of my favorite features within Emacs. And of course, the first mention has to be Magit or Magit. Okay, I know people try to say that it's like magic, but listen, I call it Magit and it drives people insane. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to change. People love Magit. I love Magit. And it's interesting because
System crafter said Magit, so who's right then? That's next specific. Okay. Yeah, I'm not switching to Nix, brother. Hell no. Oh, we have a new member.
Fesa became a member.
You see? It works. Trying to... No, it's not bribe that I'm trying to say. What word am I trying to use? Coaccionar. How do you say coaccionar in... Translate. Coerce? Trying to coerce people into buying the memberships? Is that what I'm trying to say here? So remember, send me the message in Discord, and when I have 2 people, okay, go to the pinned message, JD Fesa, the pinned message in chat, and you will find all the information there in that blog post article, okay? The Discord is in the description as well. Hold on, where is it? Content, live, description. You guys see what I was talking about? Even if you leave a pinned comment, you're gonna get these questions. Was I right or not?
I've always been a bit of a diehard command line tool user. So I've always just used the git CLI, but Magit does give me the perfect amount.
Brother, I don't even remember the git CLI commands. I've been using lazy git for so long that I don't even remember the most basic ones actually.
Of increased visibility on what's happening for a specific repo without taking away any of the control that I'm used to having from interacting with the CLI. Now, one thing that I do that's kind of weird is I actually don't use Magit itself to commit my changes. This stems from the fact that I use signed commits, and typically the key that I have to sign my commits is on a YubiKey, which means that I have to touch the key. Sometimes that whole process will just like completely break the UI. This is not exclusive to Magit. I've experienced this with every single Git UI that I've tried, including lazy git and what other commit? And often even in terminal emulators that are running within a program. Like I think if I've tried to use a git commit on vterm that runs in Emacs,
My coworker listed the exact same reason for not knowing how to use Git anymore. Yeah. Yep. That's all I use, you know. Just the lazy Git pretty much. I haven't typed a command in a long time. Maybe when no.
It'll also give me garbled output. So it's just kind of part of the process of using signed commits. But I do.
Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? If you can take your tools with you, look at where we paused the video. Bad moment to pause the video. If you can take your tools with you to a company, doesn't matter if you can use lazy git, it's not gonna affect you at all. If you cannot, you're gonna spend 10-15 minutes trying to refresh the commands that you used in the past. So, you know, no big deal.
I do love Magit for
Run me
staging changes.
daily?
Oh, it laughed. It laughed properly, you know? It laughed properly. You like the new voice, chat? You guys like the new voice? Can you send another message? Hold on. Can you send the message again? My favorite message. There it is.
Sisterin, what happened to the voice?
You haven't heard it? Can you send this message, Erin?
Now, what do you mean by that? Are you saying we don't have enough rain on Earth? What is the essence of your question?
What the fuck is sending that? Where do these messages come from? I don't even see them here. Oh, the TTS is way louder than the video. Okay, I figured. I'm gonna check the levels right now when the message comes
Anita
through.
Max Code. We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr. Pepe Julian Onziema. Thank you for coming in. Why are you gay?
Oh man, this is amazing. Oh, it's not saying your messages, Roman? Let's see.
Sisterin, we bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr. Pepe Julian Onziema. Thank you for coming in. Why are you gay?
Oh man.
It did not say my message.
Okay, so it's saying it. Okay, it's working. All right. So we have the other. Okay, so we have Hazenbug and we have okay, so let's
It did not say my love it baby.
hold on. Which one? Love it, baby. It didn't. Okay, I think the voice is leveled now. I brought the voice down a little bit from TTS, so it should be closer to mine. I think 0.7. I think that's better. All right, so we're gonna take turns. I'm gonna have Kashmir Dev and Hazenbug first, and then
Baby or baby.
baby or baby, and then we're gonna have JD Fesa, which is the one that just joined. That is trying to join. Oh, it's here. JD is here. All right, so look. Oh, let me move Discord because I cannot send the links here. Let me move this here. Let me switch here. Oh, you know what? Let's not move Discord. I'm just gonna switch to the scene. And I'm going to send the link.
Daily.
What happened? What did you send? Oh, it's not sending your messages, Roman? Let's see. Let me send the links to these guys, all right? Hold on. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock.
My mono was sewai. I broke it with porque no me gusta.
I love it. I think this one is way better compared to the one that we had before. Pronounces stuff better. But this is the paid one. I'm paying for Gemini, I think it is. Gemini token. So you send them the text, you get the speech back. But I think it's worth it, yep. Let's see.
Daily. Sugar daddy is paying.
What the fuck? This one. Okay, I'm gonna send you the links right now, folks. Hold on. You're gonna receive 2 links.
Run me daily. Cough, cough.
What was that? What did it do? Cough, cough. Okay. Where is this? Discord. So furry one. Okay, so we have furry one here. That's gonna be Kashmir Dev. And furry 2 is going to be Hazenbug.
Run me daily. It knows how to cough and laugh. Cough, cough. Lol.
Lol. Okay. Camera. Oh, why didn't it send both links? Hold on.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hold on. Hold on.
Alright, alright.
I'm gonna turn your camera on right now, okay?
Okay.
Where is this?
Hey, Link, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hold on,
Yes,
give
I
me
can
a
hear you
second.
too.
You can hear him as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Now,
everyone.
which one is which? The one that is showing on screen right now, is that Kashmir Dev?
Yes, that's me.
Okay. Now, Kashmir Dev, are you able to move your camera a little bit so you show in the center?
Yes, I guess. Like this maybe?
Yep.
Uh,
You can see
I mean,
yourself there.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, because my camera is basically just my phone.
Okay, awesome.
Hey,
Now,
everyone.
Alright.
we also have Hazenbug. You're sharing your camera, Hazenbug. We need your camera.
I don't have a camera right now.
Brother, you don't have a camera?
No.
we need your camera, okay, but okay, it's fine. Let me just try to see what happened to the link to share the screen, and I'm gonna share it with you guys, okay? Hold on. Camera. Oh, hold on, I know what happened. I'm gonna send you new links, okay? Gonna send you new links, folks. Hold on. I didn't create a screen share link. Hold on. Gonna quit this. Time is it? 13:57. This one. Okay, so this one is the first one. Okay, I'm gonna send you this one. Just ignore the one that I sent before.
Do
Kashmir
you
Dev.
need some help for your
Okay,
technical
so I should
difficulties?
join the camera link and the screen share link.
Yep, correctly.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, alright.
And Hazenbug, I sent yours as well.
Okay, thank you.
Going to delete this one. Going to delete this one. Going to set up OBS. With the new links. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So
Alright.
now you should be able to share your camera as well.
My
Your
camera or my
screen.
screen sharing?
Your screen. Yeah. I think you're screen sharing.
Alright.
Yep,
Yeah, one sec. For that I need to open it in Firefox, I guess. 1 second.
No, you're screen sharing already.
I'm screen sharing already?
No. It's the other one. It's very two. Yeah. I can see your screen, Hazenbug. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, I can see your screen. Let me take a look at the audio levels. Can you talk? Hold on. There's one that is pretty loud. I'm just gonna fix it right now. Gain 8. Okay. Kashmir Dev, can you say something?
Yes, hello.
Oh, yeah, just read something for a while. Let me just check the audio levels.
So let's read the comments. I don't understand what are the two flashes next to you are referencing to. In fairness, a camera is an extra add-on no one wants to pay for when getting a computer. Yeah, that's also a bit true.
Okay, I think your levels are good a little bit here.
Okay.
Hazenbug, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, hold on. Let me check your levels because you're a little bit low here. Hold on. Filters.
Okay. I assume that screen sharing also is working now for me.
Screen sharing. Let me check.
Yeah.
Give me a
But
second.
it
Run me
isn't that
daily. But when
important,
you are
I
part
guess.
of the iOS
For
gang,
now, at
you
least.
can use your super expensive phone for
Share
camera.
screen with others. Close settings.
Copy filters. I'm just gonna paste the filters here.
The furry filters.
No, the microphone filters.
Just joking.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Hazenbug, can you talk now? We're gonna check your levels.
Can you hear me?
Yep, just read something there for a while.
Okay. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep. Can you just read something so that I can see your levels here?
Yes, of course. For example, I am just sharing here the Master Emacs book.
Okay.
Can you see my screen, guys?
Okay, I think that's good. That's close enough. Okay. Now let's take a look at the screens. Okay, so this screen is furry number 1. Hold on. This one should be, who is this?
Now this is my screen.
Okay, so furry 1 is Kashmir Dev, okay, which is the one
Yes.
sharing the camera, okay?
Right
Furry
now,
2
yeah.
is Hazenbug. This is your screen, Hazenbug.
Okay.
Okay, so we can see the screens. Both of you guys use Emacs?
Yeah,
For
sorry.
me, just a
Um,
little bit because I am a Neovim user, but I just use Emacs because I think that is interesting. I am trying to learn more Arc mode, so I am currently using Dom Emacs, and the reason of why I joined the live stream is because I wanted to share how Doom Emacs looks, so you have an idea about how this is compared to LazyBeam, because I am also a user of LazyBeam.
You also use LazyVim. Okay, now
Yeah.
where does that accent come from, Hazenbug? You're
I'm
the
from Mexico,
Mexican.
guys. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you live in Mexico, or where do you live?
Yes, I am currently living in Mexico.
And what do you do?
Veracruz.
What do you do for a
Well,
living?
I
If
am
you want to
a
share it with
backend
us.
software. Yeah, I am a backend software engineer. I am
Okay.
currently working for a company that is, well, for an American company.
Oh, okay. And you live in the U.S.
No,
You live
No.
in Mexico.
exactly.
Okay. And then what about you, Kashmir Dev? Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
I'm Kashmir, you can just call me Kashmir. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Germany. I'm a close friend, I would say, from Joshua Blaze.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you know him.
Yep.
Yeah, we usually hang out on the IRC. And I'm a full-time Emacs user. I used to use normal NVim and LazyVim and whatnot, but at the beginning of 2025, I switched to Doom Emacs. I used it for around, I would say, 9 months, and then switched to a fully custom Emacs configuration with evil mode. And I'm still happy that I'm using evil mode, and I don't think that I'm going to drop it anytime soon.
Okay. So you're against vanilla Emacs then, right?
I'm not against vanilla Emacs. I'm just thinking that there is place for evil mode and there's place for plain vanilla Emacs key bindings, like
Okay.
to navigate.
Yeah, it's the
At
same
the
case
end,
for me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All good.
Okay, so both of you guys are evil mode users then.
Yes, I also try a different model, how to say that, model text editor. I tried also, for example, Mew and the God mode for Emacs, but I prefer to use Evil mode because, I mean, I want to maintain my, my Neobim skills. So that's the reason I think that Evil mode is a good fit for me.
Okay, and have you guys thought about what Prot says, that you should stick to vanilla Emacs? What do you guys think about that? Are you guys gonna contradict the Lord himself?
No.
Are you
I think that
atheists then?
I think that it's good to learn vanilla Emacs because you have a sense of the key bindings and all of this, especially because even in the Emacs, even if you use Evil mode, there are some key bindings that you cannot replace and you need to use. So, for example, when you are capturing a node, you need to press on Emacs key bindings. So you need to be familiarized with that. Otherwise, it's almost impossible you to understand what's happening. And that's it, because even what is just like a layer on top of Emacs, right? So there are other ways to also, I mean, there are other key bindings that you can use. I mentioned like you can also use the Helix key bindings, or you can also use God mode, and also you can use Mew and Boom, if I remember correctly. So there are a lot of them. I tried all of them a few months ago, but I just decided to stay with Evil mode for now because, I mean, I am using Neobin a lot for my regular, every day. And that is the reason why I think that it would be a good idea for me to switch to vanilla key bindings.
And what about you, Kashmir? Oh, okay, and before we continue, for people wondering why
You can
Heisenberg.
use evil mode to transition to Emacs bindings without suffering the shock of the difference at first.
Sorry?
Oh, can you guys hear the voice, the TTS, or you guys cannot hear it, Heisenberg and Kashmir?
No, I
no.
mean, I just disabled the audio of the video.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah.
Let me send it. Hold on. Let me send it because you guys should be able to listen to it.
Right.
Hold on. Where's this loop back thing? Where did it go? Where did you go? So that comes from Brave. Goes to channels 1 and 2. You should be able to listen to it. Hold on. Brave. Roman, can you send text to speech, please? Or someone, or you, Kashmir, or you, whoever.
Yeah, 1 sec.
Hajedera. Anita Max Code. Why are you a furry?
You guys don't hear that in the... Okay, hold on. I know
No,
why.
we can't hear it.
I know why. Hold on.
All right.
Okay.
No, it is there. You should
Blip.
listen. Back.
Run me daily. Flop.
Okay, what about there?
Run me
Can you
daily.
guys
Top.
hear it? Can you send the message?
Run me daily. Pop. Anita Max Code.
Not
Why
yet?
are you a furry?
No.
Hold on. Do you guys
Run
hear?
me daily. Slop.
Slope. Do you guys hear this?
And even just giving me a high-level overview of what the
Yes.
scope
Run
of my
me
project is.
daily. Let's break Gemini together.
We can hear it.
So
Like, I could hear it.
So you
Yeah,
can
I can.
hear Basubunni,
Yes, I can
right?
hear the... Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hold on.
So I personally find this a way better experience than using git add p.
I'll figure that out later. If you don't listen to the I'll figure it out later because I cannot think right now. Okay, but for people
Yeah, sure.
for people wondering, why is Heisenbug showing a furry in the call, because if you don't show your camera, you get a furry, pretty much. And I think that unconsciously he's just trying to demonstrate that he's pretty much a furry, which, you know, is not something that we fight against in the channel. We're cool. Okay, so Kashmir, you were saying then, what's your turn?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I asked, but you know.
I think it was if I am betraying Lord
Oh, yeah.
Prot.
Lord Pratt. Yeah.
I use many packages of Lord Prot, like I replaced org-rome, which is a note-taking package for org mode. I replaced it with the node. I use his timer package. I sometimes use his themes for Emacs. Nonetheless, I don't think that you miss a lot, like you miss some things, but for people like us who switch from NeoVim to Emacs, it's a great way to integrate your current workflow into Emacs without compromising on on your workflow, as many people state. As I said, I also switched from NVim to Doom Emacs, and the switch was almost 0 to none. I was very quick inside Doom Emacs. I could integrate my workflows very, very fast, and I was just good to go. At some point, I reached some limits with Doom Emacs, where I decided then to go full vanilla, and then take a package. It's called Emacs Kick, which is almost like LazyVim, not like LazyVim, but
like Kickstart?
Yeah, like Kickstart, where it gives you around, I think, 30 I would say required packages for Emacs, which makes the experience just wholesome. And from there on, I just added my own configuration.
So you're using
and
that
my own
now.
packages.
You're not on Doom anymore.
No.
Okay.
But that's only because I love to tinker. Otherwise, I would just stuck to Doom Emacs, and I would just use it because it's really a good distribution for beginners, especially. Otherwise, I would never have the opinion to start with Emacs, and because I think you went into the Emacs tutorial on yourself. You know how exhausting it is.
Yep, it is. Now, for both of you that have used, let me just switch the names there at the bottom so people can see your names as well.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't invite them correctly, I think, but you know, at least we have something. Kashmir, is that written correctly on the screen?
Yeah, right.
Hazenbug,
Right, yeah.
I didn't write that correctly, I think. But Hazenbug, why Emacs and why not one of these? Like we were saying the prayer to Lord Justin at the beginning, right? Like, why don't we go to New York or this other one, org mode? Why do we
Yeah, I
switch
also
to
tried
Emacs?
all of them, to be honest, a few months ago, but I don't recommend you to use New York because I think that is a new form. It is using a new format that is not compatible with a lot of existing tools. So if you go 100% into New York, you will need to basically, you will be locked into this format, right? So you will not be able to use tools that are already available. And the other reason is that there are a lot of packages that already exist in NeoVim that add a lot of support, for example, for Markdown and also for org mode, and they are not available for New York. So that is the main reason, because I was working a lot with tables, for instance, and it was really, really hard to know how to basically create them, how to transpose columns into rows and these kind of things. So all this magic is not available for New York. So that is the main reason. I mean, the format is super friendly. So you can learn it in a few minutes, but the problem is that there is not like an ecosystem for that. And I know that the developer that is developing this new format is not really active because he is currently working in another NeoBeam packages, like a package manager for Lua and these kind of things. So he has no time to work.
Lua Rocks,
Yeah,
right?
Lua Rocks, and yeah, exactly. So that is the main reason. And then I tried also the clone of Org mode for NeoBeam, but I noticed that it is not the same because it has like less features. So it doesn't support also like some advanced features for tables, and also, I mean, it has partial support, for example, for Org Babel. So you can, for example, write some block codes and then execute them and get the results back, right? But the problem is not the same experience, and also it just provide like an API, so you can also configure, for example, your agenda and all of these kind of things, but it has like less features, so it's not how to say that you cannot configure all the things that the same as Org mode, the original one. So that's the main reason. So I tried Org mode in NeoBeam. It is good for basic features. It supports also agenda, it supports also the calendar. You can also track, it works really well for example, get things done, that workflow. So you can use, for example, to-dos, wait, you can cancel a task and these kind of things. But yeah, the shortcuts are not the same. Also, the UI was really, really bad, at least for me, because it is not providing like the same UI that you have in Emacs, right? And also, it relies a lot on Emacs because, for example, if you are trying to export your documents and these kind of things, you can use pandoc or you can use Emacs as the backend. So that's the main reason, because I noticed that it is like a clone that is still using Emacs, so you need to have Emacs installed in your system if you want to use. So it doesn't make sense for me to have like a wrapper on top of that. So yeah, I tried doing Emacs. To be honest, I am not a guy that take a lot of notes. So I am currently using Markdown with the Obsidian plugin. But yeah, I tried Org mode, and I think that is a fantastic tool because you can manage everything from there, right? So it supports, like, for example, the calendar. You can connect Org mode with Gmail, with these kind of things. So I think that it has a lot of superpowers. Unfortunately, I don't use them a lot because I am not I don't take a lot of notes. So I am trying to do that because I am currently working a lot with AI. So yeah, I think that's the reason why I am basically using Doom Emacs again, because I think that Org mode is the best tool for that.
Okay.
To create a knowledge base. Yeah.
Okay. You, Kashmir Dev, any thoughts on that?
I can 100% agree with Heisenberg. I think he summarized everything I would have said to you. So just go with Doom Emacs or plain Emacs and use Org mode and just enjoy the experience.
Now, do you guys still use NeoVim? And in which scenarios do you use NeoVim, Heisenberg?
Yes, well, actually, I use it every day because, as I mentioned, I work as a backend software engineer. So I need to edit code a lot, right? So my workflow right now involves Tmux, Dash, and NeoBeam with LazyBeam. And that is the reason of that, because I am using Tmux with Dash to manage sessions and NeoBeam to edit code because basically I am a programmer, right? So I need to edit the code. And that's it. So I am currently using also NeoBeam to take notes, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, but I don't have that habit right now. I am still working on that to improve that habit, to take notes. And that's it. I think that's pretty much my
And why not
case.
Emacs? Why not Emacs in your case as a backend developer?
Because I use a lot of tools that are only available right now for CLIs tools. For example, the Cloud CLI, right? Docker and other things. I know that Emacs has support for shells. It has eShell by default, but you can also use vTerm, which is a better shell than the default one. And also there is a new package called Ghostel, which is basically a new terminal that is using Ghosty as the backend, something like that. Yeah. So it improves a lot the performance on Emacs. But I think that these kind of things are like better in a regular terminal, right? Not inside of Emacs. So that is the reason why I cannot switch 100%
To Emacs.
to
Okay.
Emacs. Yeah, exactly. Because of that, because I rely a lot on a lot of workflows that are only available for the terminal. I know that you can also execute commands and also a lot of things, but I think that it doesn't make sense for me to, if I am already working a lot with the terminal, I don't know what is the reason for, at least for me, to switch 100% to Emacs. Because I need to set, for example, n variables, I need to configure a lot of things. And all the workflows that I am already using are already, they are a lot of, I have a lot of scripts that I am already using that automates a lot of this process, right? I can do the same on Emacs, but I tried the terminals that are available on Emacs, and they are like, they don't feel like smooth, to be honest.
Oh, like Kitty.
And they have some,
like the
for
Lord's
example,
terminal.
For example, I tried to execute FCF, the Fuzzy Finder tool, to, for example, execute a command from my history, right? But it didn't work on Emacs because it was like executing a subshell or something like that, and it was causing some issues with the rendering on inside of Emacs. So I think that maybe that is the reason why the professor proposed to use like an external terminal for that, right?
And that's why I asked them, like, okay, so if you preach so much about Emacs, the hypocrite professor, and I asked them, so why do you use Kitty? Because he uses the Lord's terminal, right? And he's like, I think it's kind of the same reason that you're providing right now.
Yeah, exactly. And also because I have like a lot of, I custom key bindings for Ghosty that are basically on top of Tmux key bindings. So basically, if I press, for example, Super 1, it is actually pressing Control V plus 1, something like that. It's like a wrapper. So it simplifies a lot the Tmux key bindings because they were causing me pain. They were really hard
the prefix. You have to press the prefix and then another
exactly, all of that. So for that reason, I just created like custom key bindings in Ghosty. I know that I tried to do the same with Kitty, but I was not able to do it. And also I tried to also use the sessions. I think that they were released a few months ago, but they were really hard to understand and also to use it. And I know that the creator of Ghosty is currently working in a new replacement for Tmux, so I am just waiting for that. I think that he is currently working on that, and that's it. So I think that I really like Sesh to manage sessions. It's like a Fuzzy Finder for Tmux sessions, so you can use it to basically, it is more than that because you can also define like custom commands for each session, so you can execute, for example.
Why don't you? Okay, do you want to show us your setup?
Workflow?
Yep. You want to show us, because we're just talking when we have access to this technology in 2026, in which you guys can share your screen. So before we go there, okay, Kashmir, what the fuck did I ask? Hazenbug talks, bro. He yaps. He makes me forget my questions. What did I ask? What was the question?
I also forgot it.
What was the question, Hazenbug?
I think it was why we use.
Do you use
NeoVim, right?
Yep. Yeah. Do you use NeoVim sometimes, or you just use Emacs?
The only reason I would use NeoVim is when I have to SSH into another server and I don't have access to my Emacs configuration there. Then I would use just plain Vim. Otherwise, I am fully converted to Emacs. Yeah, I'm a part of the Church of the Emacs.
Okay, and can you SSH to another device directly from the Emacs terminal? Like from Emacs, you SSH to the device and work there?
Yes. So as Fraser already says in the YouTube chat, there is Tramp for it. That's an extension for DIAD. It's the file browser inside Emacs, where you can then connect to different protocols such as SSH or I don't know, SFTP. To be honest, I usually just use vTerm or Ghostal, as bug says to SSH into my servers, do my stuff, and then I disconnect. Yeah.
Okay, it's quite slow, to be fair. Fraser says, yeah, and I like to keep things honest. I just want to, salad toss NeoVim or salad toss Emacs. I just want to learn the flaws that each one has and just honest feedback, what Emacs is good for, what NeoVim is good for. It's not like we need to be on a specific team, If I use Emacs, I don't use NeoVim or the other way around, So it's just right.
I also don't recommend it to people to fully switch to Doom Emacs or Emacs and ditch their NeoVim configuration or try to use explicitly just Emacs. It's too overwhelming at first place. In the second place, you won't get things done. And the third, it's true. It's true.
It happened to me with NeoVim, so I know. Yep.
Yeah, and the same happened for me.
Yeah, all right. You can talk. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just trying to say that. That's the reason why I switched to NeoVim. But now I am not able to use, for example, a regular text editor. I tried to use VS Code, Set, JetBrains, IDs, and all of this. And I was not able to use it again because, I was really converted into the NeoVim motions, right? Mm-hmm. So for that reason, I migrated my entire configuration to Set and also to IdeaVim, which is basically a package, and Vim emulation for JetBrains IDs. Mm-hmm. And I was really happy with them because I was able to replicate almost everything. So the same key bindings that I am using with LazyVim, like space VB, space, all the key bindings, right? But there were some of them that were not working. The experience was not the same because, for example, there are some packages that are in LazyVim like mini.ai, right? To, for example, CIQ, CIB to change inside quotes or to change inside parentheses. So these kind of things are really amazing, right, in NeoVim. So for that reason, I basically sent a PR a few months ago to the Set team, and they added that feature. So I just basically contributed to that project. And then I did the same for IdeaVim, which is basically the Vim emulation layer for the JetBrains IDs. And now you can use CIQ, these new motions that are just like a package in NeoVim, right? Mm-hmm. So in Emacs, we have, there is like some packages that you can use to extend or create new that you can use to create new text objects and also motions. And that is great because I was able to, for example, use Flash, which is the package that I am using to jump to a particular word, and also to select, for example, a piece of code based on the tree-setter, right? Mm-hmm. So you can select, for example, a block in Python with just pressing the capitalized S. So you can select like regions super quickly. So that is also available in Emacs, and that is the reason why I think that Emacs is a good fit for programmers, because you can replicate everything that you want. The same experience that you have with LazyVim is almost the same experience that you will have with Emacs. You can install the same packages, you can replicate the same key bindings, right? Mm-hmm. And it's almost the same experience. The only thing that is still pending is just like a good terminal emulator, right? Ghosttail and Vterminal are great, but they don't feel like smooth like as Ghosty or Kitty.
Okay, we're looking at your screen right now, Heisenberg. Show us around. Okay. What do you got? And why did you choose Ghosty over Kitty?
Yeah, so basically I am just showing my screen, and then as you can see here, I am using Ghosty, and the reason of that is because
Can you make it a little bit bigger? That's what she said. It's a little bit small, and I don't think chat will be able to read. There we go.
1 second. Sorry. Yeah, so basically I was saying that I am currently using LazyVim, right? Mm-hmm. So what I am doing right now is that, I have LazyVim installed in my computer, and I am using Tmux, and I am also using Sage, which is basically a way to work with Tmux sessions, right? So if I press, for example, a Command P, I will get this Fuzzy Finder, as you can see here.
Yep.
So all of them are sessions, and some of them are just like something that is like
don't go up because you have some credentials there.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay.
I already rotated those credentials.
Now
they are expired like exactly. So the idea is that I am using Sage, right? I think that if I remember correctly, you have a meeting with the guy that created Sage, right?
Yep. with
It is just basically a tool
with Josh
that-
Medeski. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You can define like sessions and commands, and that is great because, for example, I have some predefined sessions, and I can switch between them, right? So as you can see here, if I press, for example, command 1, command 2, or command 3, I am switching between these tabs, right? That are basically, I don't remember exactly the name on Emacs. I know that they are not tabs. They are like, not panes, windows or something like that, right?
Windows, I think. Yep.
Yeah, Windows. Yeah, so I will just switch to Ghosty to this session. So maybe config this one. So as you can see here, this is my, well, just let me reduce. I know what's happening. I need to replace the key binding to basically zoom out. If I press that, it will just create like an horizontal, I will split my window horizontally.
Okay.
So yeah, so the idea here is that I have my Tmux key bindings, but as you can see here, I created like a new version on top of that. So in order to make it easier for me to navigate between that, right? And I think that it was only possible here in Ghosty because in Ghosty it's super simple to create key bindings.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see here, it is basically when I press Super T, it is creating a new Tmux window.
Oh, okay.
It is sending these X commands. But it is translated to control the prefix and then the command that I have in Tmux.
Oh, okay.
So I have, for example, super T to create a new Tmux, super W. So this is amazing because, for example, when I am working on Tmux, if I only have, if I have multiple panes, for example, let me split this again. And then as you can see, if I press command W, it will close this pane. And if I press it again, it will close the window completely because I don't have more panes left. So that is the reason. So, well, I have obviously super P, which is basically the command to work with Sesh. So I can switch between different sessions. Super R to rename the Tmux window. So all of these are like key bindings that are working on top of Tmux, right? So it's super easy for me to work with that, and that's it. So the idea is that I try to, for example, let me switch to the different repo, and then I will just open. Well, I am using Soxidai to switch between different paths. So the idea here is, for example, if I open this repo and then I open, for example, this pane, I can use Control HJKL to move between them, right? Because I am using Tmux. So I don't know if that is also available for KDE.
Yep,
but that is,
it is.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. So yeah, this is something that I really like. Well, I am just using Control HJKL to move between different panes. I don't care if they are Tmux panes or if they are NeoBeam splits.
Okay.
So
and
have
you thought about what Lord? Well, there's one Lord, the original Lord, which is COVID, right? So have you thought about what he said about what was I gonna say? God damn it, I forgot it, man. But not using Tmux, right? What do you think about that? Have you considered that? You're waiting on Ghosty to,
Yeah, I also consider Zelich and also other multiplexers like her, which is a new one. Yeah.
But no multiplexer at all.
I tried like the regular key binding, the regular Ghosty experience, right? Which allow you to create tabs, splits, and all of this, right?
Yeah.
But at least for my case, it didn't work because I rely a lot on Sesh to switch between sessions.
Yep.
Exactly, sessions. So sessions are super important for me. So I cannot just remove them from my work, from my workflow, and that's it. So, well, I just want to also have like this demo about how I take notes, right? For example, I just press space O for Obsidian, and then I APR, or I can just press space OD for daily notes, and then it will create like these daily notes for me, right? And they are using like a template. So I can be, for example, in a different repo, a different project, and I can just press this the combination of keys, and it will open my notes from everywhere, right? So they are available in all the NeoBeam instances. So yeah, so I am using this for now, but then I just realized that I was just struggling a little bit with, for example, how can I export this? I mean, I know that I can create like custom Lua scripts for that, but I think that already exists on org mode, right? So for example, if I want to track things like to-dos and these kind of things, I think that org agenda is a better tool for this. For this use case. So yeah, I was using this, but not too much, to be honest.
Okay.
And that's it. So yeah, that is basically my workflow. I just using Tmux, NeoBeam, and what else? Sage.
Yep.
Yeah, Sage and Ghosty as the glue for all of these, right?
Okay. Now Kashmir's turn. What do you got for us? You're gonna show us your Emacs stuff?
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Let's hope that the screen sharing is working.
Yep, we can see your screen. You have like the professor, right? Are you an old guy
This is Kitty.
trapped
This is Kitty.
in a young man's body?
And yes, I'm a furry. No,
Yeah, right. Now, you guys see that I fixed the chat. It's because thinking of this specific situation, when we get a blank screen, the call with the professor, we can read shit. But now we can in chat because there's a background.
It's much better. It's much clearer. Yeah.
Yep. So what do we got here? So this is what? Is this Kitty? Is this Emacs?
This is Kitty. I'm using primarily Kitty as my Emacs interaction program, or node, call it. Maybe I could demonstrate a bit how I use Emacs with a project I'm currently working on. So basically, I would type space pp to switch to my projects, and then I would type here telnet. This is a small project in C which I'm working on to learn C-lang. And when I type comma and then T, it opens Ghostal. Ghostal is the already mentioned new kind of terminal.
Okay, like libghosty. That's based on libghosty, right?
Right. This is DIRAD. This is the file browser, and I mapped to capital F to switch between DIRAD and DIRWish. DIRWish is an extension to DIRAD to have this I don't know how to call it, Yazi-like workflow. Still, DIRWish is older than Yazi. I just wanted to mention that.
Okay.
And when I press Z, then I have here ZOxide. It's also integrated inside my Emacs workflow, and I think this is very nice. When I preview or want to preview images inside Emacs, I developed over the last months a small package called Kitty Graphics EL, which basically allows you to let me show you.
Okay,
graphics.
now let me ask you. Why do you use Emacs in Kitty, and you don't use Emacs the way Lord Stallman demands you to do?
I think that's the great about Emacs. It's an extensible Emacs Lisp environment. Emacs Lisp environment. And I wanted to extend it in such a way that I am able to benefit from all the Emacs TUI workflows, which is, for example, it's, in my opinion, way faster than GUI Emacs. While in the same time still enjoying and not embarrassing Lord COVID.
Okay.
Having here the full Kitty graphics experience.
Stallman in shambles. Someone typed in chat.
No, I'm just joking. At the end, I just want to mention that's fully vibe coded. Nonetheless, I maintained this package. I tested for several weeks before I publish it. So I try my best to allow the users have a seamless experience with the package. And I think Emacs and Kitty are just very awesome programs. So yeah, why not combine them together?
Okay. And have you ever thought about switching to the Emacs GUI directly, or it's like a no-go for you? Like, no.
I have it here. For example, I can open the Emacs client, as you saw, and I can.
And what
just do-
drawbacks? What
yeah.
drawbacks do you find in the Emacs GUI itself compared to using it in Kitty?
There is no really, like, I don't know if there are no really like for people used to say, I don't use terminal Emacs because I can't watch, I can't see my images, or I can't preview my images and whatnot. Okay, now I can do it. So there is no a particular reason why I shouldn't use terminal Emacs over GUI Emacs. I think at the end it's just something what the people prefer, and both are possible. Otherwise, for example, what was always possible, I can press Shift E and then it opens inside a second buffer or a second window. That was also possible, and a lot of people used to do that. I don't know, with my package, as I said, it's vibe coded, it's bloated, nonetheless, it's now possible. And now I can just do it inside Emacs, and it's quite fast. It's also asynchronous, so when you go up and down, it doesn't block the full Emacs session. And I don't know, it just works.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
And cannot you view images in Emacs by default?
No, it's not. Like you can. For example, we can go here to the same. Okay. Now this is a problem which is caused by me. Why I can't preview images right now, because I do have it right now here also open. Let me open a new Emacs instance, and I think then it should be possible to preview. Yeah, this is GUI Emacs, like the previews inside GUI Emacs.
So you can preview them. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
like, yeah, sure.
Okay. And okay, what about the different heading sizes in Emacs that are already default? I don't know if if they come default, in Emacs, like different heading sizes for org.
Yeah, I think you mean this one. Second heading. I don't know if I have them defined here. Third heading. Yeah. Now I think we can see it.
It's a little bit bigger.
This one.
Yep. Yeah. Is that, well, you cannot do that in Kitty, of course, right? Only in the Emacs GUI.
I also have an integration for that. It's not perfect.
Oh,
but yeah.
Oh, it's what COVID is working on, the variable font size protocol.
I'm trying to implement it inside org mode, also inside Markdown. Test. Let me test it. What was the headings? I think a hashtag, right?
Yep, hashtag in Markdown.
First heading.
I guess the problem is that the space between the first heading is also the same size, so it's a big space, right?
Yeah, I had it was really complicated, even with Claude Table to integrate it, like to integrate the text protocol inside Emacs, but it somehow works. It's not perfect, but the Kitty image protocol was way easier to implement. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
I mean, in org mode, it's possible. As you can see in Markdown, I'm currently working on it, but as you can see, this is a second, I don't know, paragraph. It's okay. It's okay. If you want to use it, you can use it, but you may experience some bugs. If you are fine with that, you can also have basically all the things which people praise GUI Emacs over terminal Emacs. Like I don't want to say I made it possible, but I'm trying to accomplish and change something inside the terminal Emacs space.
Okay. Okay, amazing. Anything else you guys want to show, or should we watch Basubunni's video?
Yeah.
If you want, you can
Sorry.
watch Basubunni's video. Otherwise, I'm done. I'm just hoping that you give Emacs a chance.
Yeah, I just want to mention that mastering Emacs is a good book. It's a great, it's a great resource to learn Emacs. And also, I think that you should give a try to do Emacs. I think that it will be a good experience for you, Link. I think that if you are familiarized with Lazy Beam, and you already know like the leader key, it's almost the same shortcuts. So obviously you can change them, but the ones that are by default are pretty much the same as the one that we have with Lazy Beam. So the idea is to reduce like the gap, right? So you don't need to spend like a lot of time learning like the Emacs key binding. So the idea is to have like a sense of what is Emacs, what are the tools that are available for Emacs, and you can be, in order to be, to put your focus on org mode on these kind of tools that could improve your workflow. So it's not about the key bindings for me.
Okay.
It's about the workflows and the tools that are available for the ecosystem. So that is the reason why, and also Doom Emacs is super easy to understand and to learn. I mean, you can inspect the code because it's obviously open source, so you can see the modules that are available. So they are like something that you can enable or disable super quickly.
All right.
So that's my advice or recommendation. And that's it. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, Hazenbug. Okay, so Kashmir already dropped. You can drop now. If there's any other Discord members that want to join, send me a message in the thread that I mentioned. Thanks for joining, Kashmir and Hazenbug. Okay, we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
But if someone else wants to join, send me a message. I think HDFESA or HDFESA, however it was pronounced. If you still want to join, let me know. I'm going to keep watching Basubunni's video in the meantime, okay?
Maggot gives you a full overview of all of the changes, what's been staged. You can tab to close or open all of
Maggot, okay. Yeah, I was using NeoGit, but I just went back to LazyGit. I don't know why.
the hunks that you have either staged or want to stage. I also have mentioned this in a previous video, but I also really like using the Maggot diff arrange to be able to do local PR review. There's a couple of ways that I use Maggot to review changes locally. Part of the reason why I really like it is I do find it a lot easier to kind of navigate the code and like see what things are doing when I'm in my editor. It's easy for me to go to definition and all of those things. GitHub has made a lot of effort to kind of make that easier in the web interface. But that being said, I just still don't think that it's not as comfortable as when I'm in my own editor. I gotta say, there's a couple ways that I can do it. So let's say I'm on a feature branch. This is my feature branch for Bubbles right now. One way that I can do this is I can do Maggot diff range, and then I'm just going to choose like master, for example. And it's going to tell me actually like how many files were changed, how many insertions, how many deletions, like full overview of.
Hold on, let me fix our other furry here. Where's our guest one furry? There we go. Okay, we're back in business.
Of all of the changes in the Git history. One thing that's really great here is not only am I seeing all of this, like it's in my editor. So if there are changes that I want to make to this, and I'm like, yeah, no, this part not sitting right with me. I can just hit enter, and then I'm there in my editor, and I can just like change things, right? And then change that, and then I can go to Maggot, and then see what my staged and unstaged changes are, stage it, and then like push that to the pull request. Like it's so easy for me to make these changes now. So yeah, highly recommend. So that is the ranged diff for Maggot. That one's really good. And this is showing changes from master to working tree. I haven't had to do this too much recently because I'm not really working collaboratively with any other devs, but that feature is outstanding. If you are looking to review changes from within your text editor, Maggot makes it super easy and makes it feel very similar to the GitHub interface, where it just has everything laid out really nicely, but everything is obviously modifiable and all within your text editor, meaning that all of your shortcuts for navigating the code, including searching for specific terms and changes, whatever, is all, in the environment that you're used to. There's also Maggot log that lets you see the state of all the branches on your repo, which can be kind of helpful, especially if you're working on branches with other collaborators, which is, kind of point of version control. It can let you see when the last time that a branch was updated with main, and if you're waiting to see if a specific feature has been merged or not, you can just quickly check that with Maggot log, and it's really nice. And of course, because Maggot is...
All right, Kashmir, thank you for joining, brother. Okay, we're gonna see if someone else wants to join. They're gonna send me a message in Discord. All right.
So widely loved, we have to talk about why Maggot is so loved by the internet. So this user asked, why use Maggot? They said they've been thinking about it for a while and they understand Emacs users wanting to have everything inside of Emacs itself. Relatable. You start out not like this, by the way. You start out normal and just being like, oh, I'm okay to use other tools. And then slowly you're like, but this could happen in Emacs. And then all of a sudden you want your freaking emails in Emacs, okay? But how do people get comfortable with using a front end for Git? I find it terrifying to do a Git operation from a front end. However, I've heard people say that Maggot is the greatest thing out there. To me, at least at first glance, it just seems like any other front end for Git, so what am I missing? One user says Maggot is a thin porcelain over a normal Git. It's Git, but without the need to type, commit, range, branch, because it can be inferred from the current Maggot buffer. It's sincerely one of the nicest ergonomics UI.
Is it really similar to NeoGit? If I switch here, right? This is what I use all the time. Lazy Git, and I just got used to it, and I'm kind fast there, Lazy Git. But I installed NeoGit, space GG, I think. Space GG. Yep. But I just didn't get used to it, I think. But is Maggot pretty similar to this? Based on what I've seen, it seems that it is, you know. With tab, I think I can expand this and I can see the div view. I don't remember the key maps. But I can go to the top with uppercase G, no, with GG. So I guess it's pretty similar to NeoGit on the NeoVim side of things, right? But I still prefer LazyGit. I don't know why. I think it's just I'm used to the keybinds more on the LazyGit side of things. And something that I mentioned in the video is that, for example, in NeoGit, I cannot see specifically what changed, okay? Like, let me give you an example. My kitty configuration file. Oh, hold on. Space GG. Tab. Oh, I can see it here. Oh, I can see it now. I couldn't in the past. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh man, I just keep hitting enter, but it's not enter, it's tab. I cannot, how do I wrap the lines? Because I cannot see them. Maybe here. No, this was just added. Something that was changed. Oh, I can see what was changed. I think when I released the NeoGit video, this was not possible. Because I wanted to see specifically what was changed. And I can see that this here, let's see, let's go down a little bit. A different file, autosave. Oh, it works now, I think. Yep, shows me what changed. Okay. I think this is better. Because it shows me not only the line that changed, but it shows me what value changed. So that's good. But I'm not used to the keybinds, I think. LazyGit, on the other hand, I'm pretty familiar with them already. And I like the preview here as well, you know, like this is something that I like a lot. I can see exactly what was changed here in this div view. We could see like 15, I switched it to 20. What else? Like this 0.85, 0.83. Oh man, I turned off the AC and now it's freaking hot. Just gonna turn it back on, but I'm just going to lower it a little bit. 27 degrees is too low for me. 27 Celsius. Let's set it to 28. Man, you guys wouldn't understand, right? Especially if it snows in your country, you wouldn't get it. But 27 degrees Celsius is too low for me. It's too cold. I'm used to the hot weather. All right, let's continue. Let's see if we got any other messages in Discord. No? Hold on. Brother, You have it at 21 at the moment? Like, god damn. The fuck are you doing, man? Are you like in a freezer or something? How can you put it at 21? Like, oh, but 28 Celsius is 82. But you guys have no idea how it is where I live. God damn it. You guys have no freaking idea. Let's see what my watch says. Well, okay, but my watch says 15 right now. Can you guys see it? No, you cannot see it. Look at the skin. Look at the skin of the watch. You guys won't be able to see it. But it's of a game. I don't know what the name of the game is. I think I remember it. But my watch says 15. Okay, so, okay. That cheap ass AC says 27, but motherfucker is lying to me because the watch says 15. Okay, so I don't know who the fuck is lying, but it was too cold for me. All right. Guatemalans will understand, I think. A pleasant temperature, 18. You live in a sauna. I actually live in a sauna. Yep. Honestly, yep. Sometimes I'm at 34 degrees Celsius here. Outside is 34 degrees Celsius sometimes. So 28 for me is pleasant, boys. Are you in Guatemala jungle or something? Oh, man.
UX that I've ever had the pleasure to use. So much so that I made a recurring payment to the Megit maintainer. My daily job is easier thanks to Megit. I agree with this. It is one thing that I find with a lot of GUIs is that the opinions of the author translate into the controls that you get in a GUI, like what is really necessary. Megit doesn't do that. Every single command that you would want to do in Git exists in Megit. It's keyboard centric again. So it feels like a very similar process to how you would even use the command line. So for example, it's like you open up Megit and you decide that you want to do an interactive rebase, for example. And then it's going to open up a buffer where you can edit the commits in a range to decide what you want to revert, what you want to keep, and what you want to get rid of. It's essentially feels like you're using a CLI and just providing flags because it's not requiring a ton of extra effort.
Okay. Since I already know about NeoGit and LazyGit, I think I can skip this part. I think this is useful for people that are typing Git commits, like Git messages like cavemans in the fucking terminal, or that have aliases, you know, like to commit a file, they have GC or some shit like that. But I can see the power of Magit, I think, pretty similar to NeoGit. I'm used to LazyGit, so let's just skip this part for now, because, yeah.
Another user says
you can actually get to the chapter directly, right? How do you jump to chapters? Oh, here, this little thingy right here. Where is Magit rebasing? Oh, but this is still related to. How can I go to that part? Like, I'm clicking on it, brother. Like, why don't you go to it? Oh, my internet died?
Another user says, for me, a big selling point towards Megit is the interactive rebase flow. Rearranging, rewording, squashing commits is super easy. Another thing is diffing. I can easily diff branches and files right within Emacs and jump to the changes directly. I don't do it often, but also interactive staging with patches is very convenient.
Let's jump to this
other
one.
packages that I really like for my Emacs setup are vterm. I use vterm as my terminal emulator within Emacs. I've heard this one is the most like performant. It has the most features. So it's kind of the most like modern option that you can have. You might run into other issues like limited colors or not handling grapheme clusters.
Hold on, someone sent me. Oh, JD Fessa, what happened, boy? You scared to send a message? You're scared to share your screen? Oh, you went crying to your mama? All right. If you change your mind, let us know.
Cluster as well. If you're using a different terminal emulator, I can only really speak to my experience with vterm. I switched into vterm very quickly.
JJ, what is that? Oh, is that like a different protocol than Git? I think I saw a video about JJ. It's like a bird, right? The logo is like a bird or something. How does the professor use Kitty inside Emacs? Even the professor, but he didn't want to admit it in the live stream. but he knows that the Emacs terminal is inferior. So he uses the Lord's terminal. But I don't know. Well, you can use Kitty as a server. Kitty is an extremely powerful tool. Man, Lord COVID is a god. So you can do whatever you want with Kitty. Because it's a server, you can send whatever freaking commands you want at it, and it will do whatever you want. So I guess it's somewhere around that. He must enable a remote server. You enable a Unix socket, and then you can communicate from Emacs with Kitty, and the other way around as well, since Emacs is also a server. I don't know. He demos it in the video. I don't know exactly how he does it. You cannot recommend the time spent. Oh, I imagine. Yep. Making Kitty useful with the GUI. Other than that, is just bloat. Oh, brother. You cannot say that about Kitty on this channel, brother. You cannot talk. Okay, let's say another prayer. Lord COVID, please forgive Fraser 749 because he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay. Yep. That's all the prayer. Amen. Only you two are to roast his members. Who am I roasting, brother? Like, I'm not roasting anybody. What happened to the AC? Hold on. Roast his members on Discord. There's abuse on Discord, it seems. But why do you folks are into abusive relationships? What happened in your childhood? Have you wondered? Have you asked yourselves that? Oh, fuck this. Hold on. My camera froze. Let's see. Let's look at this here. Oh, I think it works. Yep, it's working. No, I was just fixing the AC here. That's why it looks like it froze, but I don't think it did. It's okay now? Okay.
After getting Emacs set up the first time, and I didn't really look back. And then a big part of my coding workflow that I added semi-recently is bookmarks. I love adding bookmarks to my code, especially if I'm debugging or working on a very specific feature set. Like often you're going back and forth between a few different spots.
So what is that? Marks? Neovim marks, right?
And bookmarks are a really easy way to manage that. Of course, my entire config will be linked in the description, so you can check it out for yourself anyway. Some features that I want to try, meaning I've installed the package but not actually configured it properly, are the RSS feed. I have an RSS feed reader on my phone, but I would like to have one within Emacs, and there is one that comes out of the box. I just haven't configured it properly, so it's not quite working yet, but I would love to have an RSS feed. I also have quite a long list of ways that I want to improve my current org mode workflow because mine is super minimal. I also really want to try org roam. If you're used to having kind of a digital brain, in a sense, similar to what Obsidian offers, where you can have files as nodes and every file is kind of interconnected to show the entire web of knowledge that you have documented. Org roam is essentially that for org files, and that would be a really fun thing.
I read a pretty interesting Reddit post. Where is it? Let's see. Oh man, how am I going to find it? I think I added a tag there. I didn't even share this in the Emacs subreddit. Should we send it there? The audio isn't great. Repost. The Emacs community is quite fun, actually. What should we name it? Learning Emacs with the professor from University of Victoria. Don't be able to read that there. We gotta grab them by the nuts. So when they see the title, they will go and click on the Reddit post. So let's think of a title together, okay? Is that a decent one? No, that's not good. Let's see, let's think about another one. Man, I hate coming up with titles. I would just copy and paste the same one, but you know what? Fuck this, man. Man. Fuck this, Let's just share it like that, because just a waste of fucking time to think of what fucking title do I use. Same thing happens with the videos, man. It's a pain in the ass. I hate it.
Sisterin, NeoVim user, converted to Emacs, GigaChat professor.
Giga Chat. Oh, brother. That was a good title. Man, we lost the chance, We lost the chance. I love this voice. What was I gonna do? Oh, I know what I know what I was gonna do. I was going to check here, or how do you search for tags? I think I did it the other way. The other day. React? No, how do you search for tags? Flare? Man, Reddit is a piece of shit, to be honest. Why doesn't it have like an option to filter by flares, This should be like, god damn it, the only thing. Okay, there we go. This 5 days ago. I read this. I was just scrolling through Reddit and I read this. I have 12,000 notes, meticulously tagged, linked, organized into a graph that looks beautiful. I spent hundreds of hours on this vault. Yesterday, I needed to find notes on pricing strategy for a project I'm working on. I knew I'd written about it. I searched for it, found 47 notes that mentioned pricing. Read through 7 of them. None had the insight I was looking for because I hadn't written it down. I linked to someone else's article about it. And that's when it hit me. My vault is not a knowledge system. It's a reference graveyard. Brother, that is based. That is fucking based. I've been feeling information instead of processing it. The links look like understanding, but they're just proximity. Two nodes becoming connected doesn't mean I've synthesized them. I'm generally questioning whether private knowledge management works at all, or whether the act of organizing for only yourself removes the pressure that forces real understanding. What do you guys think about this? I think that's pretty based, because we try to make the knowledge management system our second brain. Perfect. I fucking hate that word. I'm gonna stop, saying curse words. Is that how you say it on stream? Because it's not good for me. Okay, I don't like it. Okay, it's offensive. So we try to perfect that, and at the end you just end up with a lot of trash that you will rarely use. So it's tough. Could I live without it? I don't think I could. Is it necessary? I think it is. Um, but I like keeping it on my daily notes because this is just trash, right? The stuff that I live here, I then have to process it and create notes off of it so that it makes sense, I think. But having somewhere where you can jot down your ideas, thoughts, things that you have worked on, I think that's good. But you still need to process the notes in the future. Otherwise, it's just, dead information.
Ian Simmons. Oh, you're still going. I just woke up here in Australia.
Hey, Ian, what's up? I'm gonna finish soon, I think. Let me see. I'm not gonna finish yet. Hold on. Let me go to the toilet, okay? How do you write PP? Is that how you write PP? Let's see. Like that? Harper recognizes it. I'll be right back, okay? Hold on.
Ein Simmons. I don't think spelling it correctly is your main concern right now.
All right, I'm back. I locked my computer. I hope that you still can see my screen and that you can
I also
listen.
really want to
Let me know.
improve my setup for using Emacs as my task management tool, especially on the go, because I mainly just use it when I'm at my computer, which is generally fine. Like most of my actual work that I do is at a computer anyway. Like I'm a programmer, okay? I like being at the computer. So I'm mostly fine with that, but sometimes it would be fun to be able to double check my agenda for the week or different things like that while I'm out, if I'm depending on it more heavily for a calendar and agenda functionality that org mode provides. Org mode is incredibly powerful. What I've
Yeah, I think if you're gonna switch to Emacs, that is what you're gonna be switching for org mode, you know? If I just switch and try to replicate my config on the Emacs side of things, that is just going to be a waste of time for me, you know, because it works perfectly for me on the NeoVim side of things. So why would I mirror that on the Emacs side? So yeah, I think org is the answer to try to manage my life a little bit better. Do I need to manage my life a little bit better though? Like, that's a real question, right? Can I live the way that I have lived all these years? I think I can. I used to have my template in the on the daily note, and I used to have like all my what is it called? My affirmations, my daily affirmations, my journal. Oh, I did this today and I did this. Fuck that. You're gonna do it like a couple of weeks, brother. Let's be honest. And then you're just gonna ignore it and never fucking do it again. You know, like, yeah, daily affirmations, like, what is it called? The positive words that you say to yourself. But then I never did it again. So, can I live with NeoVim the way that I have lived right now? I think I can. So why do I want to try Emacs then? Because I don't know what I'm missing with org mainly. I think that's why it's just FOMO, right? Because it's like, oh man, org is the best, the agenda and all that stuff. But is it going to be useful, honestly? Or is it just going to be a burden, right? Org mode is basically Markdown, but better. Yeah, it's not us up to us to answer that. Meow on Emacs. Oh, I think that's what Joshua Blaze uses, right? With org mode, you could also have the tasks also in your phone. If I suppose that apart from Mac, you have an iPhone. Yep. I have an iPhone, and I tried the Obsidian app on my iPhone, and I hated the application because it didn't sync properly, and it took like 30 minutes to sync. I don't know. I don't pay for the Obsidian sync thing. That's maybe why the experience was just crap. But the experience with Obsidian computer and phone was not great for me. Do I need it on my phone though? That's the question, because I uninstalled YouTube on my phone. Ever since the call that we had with Joshua Blaze, I uninstalled YouTube. I have not installed it. I don't have a browser on the phone. Well, I do have Safari on the phone, but I don't open it. I open it very rarely, right? I don't have the YouTube Studio app there as well on my phone. Do I need my notes on my phone, or is that just something that we're like, oh man, that sounds amazing, but in practice it's just like, fuck that, I'm never gonna use it, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense, right? You take a look at Emacs EXWM. Oh, that sounds like a Linux thing, right? That sounds like, brother, okay, I'm on the Lord's operating system, Mac OS, okay? I don't deal with this Linux thingy, okay? So I think this must be Window Manager EX. What is EX? Like, I don't know. But this is some furry shit, and I'm on Mac OS, bro. Even my single to-do list with a few categories of tasks is too much for me to manage. Exactly. Ian has a point there, okay? Let me show you my tasks, I decided to start with my tasks like for the 10th time in my life, or the 20th time. I don't know what time it is. Let's see if I have done something with them. Okay, Space DT. Okay, watch Mobitar video. I didn't. Well, we watched this video with Rumen in one of the calls, so I'm just gonna mark this one as done. Fuck it. Okay, interview with the Helix guy. Okay, I have this one pending. I have this one pending as well, but there's some tasks that you just forget about and don't do anymore. I have this one pending. That is cool. Try send notes. Are we really gonna try it, brothers? Like, we're like on the Emacs and on the NeoVim side of the house already. Are we gonna try this? Do I really want to try this? That is the question. Let me think about it. Honestly, I don't. But what if I'm missing out? What if send notes is the new Emacs? What if send notes is the answer? Right? Well, we will try it maybe someday, but not today. I'm not gonna mark it as done, but I'm just going to, what should I do with it? Just leave it like that? Yeah, just leave it like that. This one I want to do it. I want to do this one as well. Discord to Reddit. I don't even remember what I meant by that, but I meant something. Markdown oxide. Do I want to do this, brother? I already have a markdown oxide video. Do I want to do this? I don't think I want to do this. No, you know what? No. That's it. I just have a few tasks here. Oh, this is something that I have to fix. This is a terminal that I want to review maybe on stream someday. Moving shift to thumb. Okay, this is keyboard related. So I have a few tasks here. The problem is that I never complete them. And the problem is that I keep adding more, and I don't know if that's something that happens only to me or if it happens to you as well, but you keep adding more and more and more and more. And then it just loses the point. You have so many that you're like, fuck the tasks. I'm just not gonna complete any of them. Let's move on, So do we have a condition? Could that be it? Is that it? Emacs is bloat for my use case, okay? You use Apple reminders and calendar? Yep. Well, yep, I use Apple. The nice thing is that I can just talk to my phone. Remind me of, you know, the medical appointments on July 30th at 3 p.m. when I set a reminder, or remind me about whatever, and I just say it to the iPhone. It creates a reminder, and I can get it on the phone or the computer. That already works out of the box. I don't need to install like a fucking application on the phone. No, just works. So do I need something else? Right? I don't know. Obsidian script in JavaScript. They use Apple reminders. Emacs doesn't work in macOS. I regret every day of my life the 3 days I spent creating a stupid Obsidian vault. Yep. But we have to go through this to understand the limitations of Obsidian and move on to something better. Otherwise, there's no way. We're always going to be thinking, is Obsidian better? Is it the answer? Now I know that it's not, but I wouldn't know this if I wouldn't have tried it. But I still use it. You know, I have to use Obsidian at work because works well on Windows, you know, and I use Windows at work. How does Emacs work on Windows? Okay. Did I ask that to the professor? I don't know. I asked someone about Emacs on Windows and they say that it's crap. I'm not sure. How are you streaming from Temple OS? Okay, why am I staying on Mac OS still? Because I do this, you know, I do live streaming. There were 2 guests right now, sometimes with 4 guests. And Mac OS is extremely stable, man. Like, I bought this computer, I don't know how long ago, not too long ago, like over a year ago, and I haven't formatted the computer. I should, you know, just to start fresh. But it always works. Well, it didn't work on Friday. God damn it. It works most of the times. So that's the only reason why. And I have a lot of proprietary garbage that only runs on macOS. And I want and I need that proprietary garbage, like DaVinci Resolve, drivers for my microphone, you know, the little app that comes with the microphone so that I can use the noise canceling feature. That is not on Linux, and that is not gonna be on Linux, you know, because they don't develop that stuff for Linux. I don't know. And I have to spend a long time setting Linux up if I want to use it, and I just don't want to do it, brother. Work agenda made me use tasks, schedules, and deadlines more often. Okay, so I think that is something that I have to do. If I'm gonna create a task, I should set a date on it, date and time. Because otherwise, brother, I have like other files with tasks that have like, I don't know, 100 tasks, and I don't even remember what they are. They're pretty much bullshit tasks by at this point. So maybe set up a deadline, but are you forcing yourself to do stuff that you don't want to do just because you need to mark a task? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need to do something, it's just gonna come up to your mind and you're just gonna fucking do it when you need to do it. Do you need planning, right? I've created like, I don't know, 400 videos. I haven't planned, you know, much. I just fucking create them. That's it. One day I wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna record this shit today. And I boom, boom, record it. It's up 2 hours after. No org agenda, no fucking markdown tasks, no Obsidian. Oh, my journal. No, brother. Like, is this all bullshit? And we should just switch to paper. Sync to my phone. Yep, on my calendar. Of course. Yep. My blog post, that is going to be painful, I think, because my blog post is Markdown. Yep. I don't think I'm going to recreate that in org mode. Yeah. I think that's going to stay in Markdown and probably in Neovim. Is Kitty faster than Emacs? Probably it is, right? So, no, man. It's a tough call. Tick. Use Windows at work. I know, bro. I know. Yep. Just stay in any of them. Yep. Emacs is atrocious on Windows, but it's more because Emacs was optimized for a Linux environment. Everything is atrocious on Windows, man. That's the problem. Windows was a fucking mistake, I think. If it would still be, Windows never was Unix based. Okay, yeah, we know that. But if they would have continued down the path, what was it called? The first Windows before their MS-DOS shit that fucked everything up for the rest of us. Imagine if Windows was Unix based. Emacs would work perfectly there. Neovim would work perfectly there. And Windows wouldn't suck that much. I don't remember what the name was. What was it called? I already talked about it in my videos. I don't remember. For a format, just the backup first, okay? My microphone is connected via USB. Yep. Because the only way that the microphone gets the noise cancellation thingy, is it noise cancellation? Yep. Is with the app that they have that runs on Mac. Instead of keeping an agenda, I just forget what I need to do that day. Yep. Man, I've tried. Sometimes I have a thought, right? And I'm like, oh, I need to do this. I need to write it down. I need to say it to my phone. I don't. It's gone. I forget it. I never do the task. And it was important. I don't know. There's like a priority list on my brain for things that I have to do and things that I would like to do. Oh, have you tried the para system? And I don't know what all that other crap. What is that? I've heard about that. Man. Oh, this shit. Para system. This one, right? Right. It looks beautiful on theory, right? And you start following it, then you realize that it's just a piece of shit that takes a lot of time, and you just stop doing it, and it's like, fuck para, man. Fuck the second brain. I don't know. The bad thing about macOS is that it traps you in its ecosystem. Es como una caja de cristal. Yeah. The bad thing about macOS is that the computers are expensive. That is the bad thing. Well, not anymore. But this laptop was expensive. If this motherfucker dies, I wouldn't buy it again. I would buy a Mac Mini, which would allow me to do all this. The only thing is that it wouldn't be portable, but the hardware, brother, is amazing, I can unplug this bitch. I can take it to my couch and I can edit a 2-hour podcast episode with battery, and I can edit that for 6 hours, let's say, in DaVinci. You know that uses a lot of power, right? And it still runs on battery. So Apple did it. The hardware is amazing. The battery is amazing. The software is amazing. It works. Downside is that it was expensive, okay? But now It's getting way cheaper, okay? But what about your liberty? What about your data? Like, aren't you concerned that macOS, brother, like for reals? I'm on YouTube. How much more public can you be than that? I'm just putting my face out there on the internet, right? So, do you use Google? What the fuck are you complaining about then? If you use Google, or if you're Richard Stallman and you don't even use the internet, okay, that makes sense. You are, being true to yourself and to your values. But if you have a YouTube channel, man, if you use any of the Google services, brother, come on. You use a browser. Mac Minis are super good value. Exactly. They are, man. They're powerful machines. Yep. I think we have to move back to this, to write down things quickly. People's gonna look at me like, oh man, no. The crazy guy with the long hair, with the mustache, now takes out his pen and paper. Like, why do we have to be so extra, right? But it would be effective. But it would be inconvenient as well. Where are you gonna put the pen, right? Like, I know where you're thinking, but it's gonna be smelly, brother. You cannot put it there all the time. So, what if you're swimming, right? What if I'm in the pool swimming and I remember, oh, fuck, I have to do something. I have to write it down. The method doesn't work there, bro. You add it to the agenda. That's it. Yeah. Building mini PC, and it's fantastic. I have quite a few mini PCs back there, my servers. They're good. They're good. And all of those run Linux and Docker Swarm. A Hackintosh with an i7. I did use a Hackintosh in the past. Like, how long ago did I use a Hackintosh? I used to have an Intel E8400, I think it was. I remember Core 2 Duo. When was this released? This was released 2008, 18 years ago. So I used to have a Hackintosh like 15 years ago, I remember. That's the first time that I installed macOS. What was the problem with that? I don't remember quite well. My motherboard was a piece of shit, it was not reliable. So the operating system, therefore, was not so reliable. What happened to that? Why did I install? Oh man, but I remember that it was a pain in the ass to install Mac on non-Apple hardware back then. I don't know how easy it is right now, but is it worth it to do it in 2026? I don't think you can install like the latest operating system. I have no idea. What's the point? What's the point of having a Hackintosh? Someone in chat that uses them actively right now. Like, why would you get a Hackintosh when you could get a Mac Mini, which is like freaking powerful as hell? Can we switch this, please? Are you gonna let me? I don't want the white page. Like, you can get all this power for $800. A little bit more, right? Oh man, these little machines are freaking powerful. Just don't swim. Put the notepad in a plastic bag if you need to swim. Worst. Oh, okay. But it was the worst sport of your life because of skill issues, right? Because it's the best sport in life, man. But it's fucking tiring. Yeah. I like swimming. I think I like swimming. I started swimming because of my wife, actually, because I didn't swim at all. Now I try to swim like 2-3 times a week, and I think I enjoy it. Yep. I don't have good technique though, but I swim. I don't like 1500 meters, 2000 meters, 2500 meters in every session. Hackintosh is standing out because of Apple Silicon. Oh, that's a good point. If you ask me, if I would buy a Mac with an Intel processor, I would tell you that it's just a waste of time, money, energy, and everything. I would throw that shit in the trash. I wouldn't use it. No. If that would be the case, if I would have an Intel based Mac, I would install Linux in that bitch, because I had a laptop at my previous work before the Apple Silicon came out, and it was Intel based. Man, the exact same problems that you have with all of your guys' computers, all of your laptops right now, all you Linux users, the same problems the Intel MacBooks had. Those things were loud a little bit, not too loud like a Windows computer or like one of those ThinkPads. I have a ThinkPad for work, and it used to get really hot. Man, worst shit ever. But when Apple Silicon came out, oh boy, it's a huge difference. Tennis is so much better. I don't have a place to play tennis here, so that's not an option for me. Intel Atom. Oh, my wife had one of these. She had one of these open box. On this computer is the one that I installed Puppy Linux. Oh man, it was a really slow computer, And then since it was so slow, Windows didn't run properly on it. So I just told her, okay, you know what? We're going to install Linux on this thing, and she didn't like it at all. What did I use? I think I used an Ubuntu variant. What did I use? Let's see. I think I used this one. Yep. I remember the name, this one, and she fucking hated it. You just use it for the browser anyway, right? But I was with my best friend during the swim club, and we weren't listening to anything. We were just having fun jumping. Then the coach started to make us endure swim military training stuff. And never came back. Why, Fraser? Why? Okay, let's continue. Bash Bunny's video, okay?
Even just listed was just not even scraping the surface for what org mode is capable of. But we can talk about some of the features that really stood out to me and that might make a huge impact for you. I think especially if you're a student, you might find this particularly interesting, or if you're somebody that has to write a lot of LaTeX or other file formats that are a little bit more obscure and a little bit more technical.
Do you guys do your math stuff in NeoVim or Emacs? Like the LaTeX and all the formulas? Or do you guys do Typist?
Sisterin, when is the next Linux install and configure stream? So you did an Arch install in the past, so we need more.
I love that voice, man. I love it. Let's see. When did I install it? When did I install Arch? Hold on. We can install it on stream. The problem is that I was very not guided at that time, okay? I was on my own, and only some Mac OS users were there on stream with me, and we were like, what the fuck are all these options on the Arch thingy, right? So where is that video? Hold on. Arch? Why do all of these show up? and not the one that I'm looking for. This is a good short. What do you actually learn by installing Arch? Let's see. Why is it muted? Oh, hold on. You will not be able to hear it there.
Some of you may
Hey guys, I'm in my backyard right now. Let me show you
And Marco actually thought that this was my backyard. Like, what the hell, Marco?
around my animals. There's this one that is called La Negra Tomasa. And look, there's the
Why is the quality like that? Can you increase the quality in this thing? Looks like shit, brother. Come on, YouTube. Just make it look better. No.
Hey guys, I'm in my backyard right
The quality looks pretty bad.
now. Let me show you around my animals.
No, fuck that. Okay, let's continue.
technical to have to try and adopt, you might find that this is a good solution for you. You can actually export org files to any file format. This includes like Markdown, HTML, LaTeX, all of it. And so you can basically just get really comfortable writing org files and make.
But answer in the comments. What about LaTeX? Do you use it there or is it a pain in the ass? I did try doing my math homework with LaTeX in U of M, like, I don't know, a couple years back. It was a pain in the dick, but someone like the professor does this and he showed it on the stream that we had, you know. And he's been doing it for what, like he's 90 years old, right? So he's been doing it for like 50 years. So he must be pretty fast at it, right?
Make that your blog posts are all just org.
But how do you feel when you try to do that? Is it simpler if you do it on paper? Oh man, doing it on paper is really tough as well. Whether the point is just going faster. So it should be easy now. I installed Arch after I interviewed the... Why is the video not showing, man? Like, the only video that I'm looking for is the one that is not showing. Like, what are all of these videos doing there? Like, that is not what I'm looking for. Install Arch? Is this what happens when you search for stuff in YouTube? Like, the fuck, man? Okay, so do I have to go to my channel then? Hold on. And I have to come to the little thingy here. Install Arch. This one. This one. This was the second attempt. The first attempt was like, god damn, it was even worse. So it was really confusing. And I didn't know what options to choose. And it was kind of painful a little bit. So I don't know. You need help from someone that uses Arch. I don't think I want to install Arch. Maybe like CashOS or something. What language do they mostly speak there? English or Spanish or both? Pregunto porque soy de Argentina. Where I live, Spanish only. You go out to the street, the only thing that you speak is Spanish. No, yeah, Spanish. Nobody speaks in English here. But I've been working for US companies for what? Let me think. 15 years, maybe? So I just got used to it. I work for a company in the US right now. Well, yep. So I speak in English at work as well. My daughter just speaks in English with her mom and myself. But both of us, we just talk to her in English because she only speaks Spanish here. So she knows both languages, but all the people just use Spanish everywhere here. Yep. LaTeX is great for researchers and professors. Pen and paper. Yeah, the way that I see the professor, he had a lot of LaTeX stuff in his markdown buffers, in his Emacs buffers or whatever it was. And I think that's true. Mm. To guide you through the install. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good point. Eren, oh well, Eren, you didn't join us today, right, Eren? We have Kashmir, and we also had the other guy was Eisenbug, right? Yep. Convenient to speak both languages. It opens a lot of doors, I think.
org files, but you export them to HTML or have to write a report for school, you can have the comfort of just writing everything in an org file and then exporting it to LaTeX. I did this for some assignments before and it was awesome. This, of course, is using Pandoc under the hood. So shout
Just invite. Okay, look at this. Hold on. Just invite DHH to convince us to use Linux, NeoVim, and Ruby. Okay. Do you think that if this ever gets to DHH, it would come to my channel, brother? Hold on. Where is it? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Do you think that if this ever gets to DHH, he would come to my channel? That door is closed, my brother. And I'm too small, but oh man, this clip is pretty good. I don't know. The thumbnail is good. Get Tony in here and install it. Oh man, that Linux from scratch thing is what Tony did like in a 6-hour video, I think. It was a pretty long video, right? Like, hell no. Oh no, NixOS is one of the things that I will not try in this life, okay? Maybe in the next one, okay? But Nix? Nope, nope. Emacs, probably. I will give it a try. Nix, no. No, brother. Like, well, I always say no and I end up doing it anyway, but I just don't want to. No, I don't want to use Nix. Omarchi is so BS. Can we be for real for a second and stop pretending? I don't know about Omarchi because I don't use Linux. I have not installed it. But I have no idea if it's actually good or not. Tony doesn't seem to like it a lot. There's a lot of based people that don't like it. All of the people that I have interviewed, they don't like it too much. DT doesn't have anything against it, I think. But I don't know. What does chat think? Is Omachi a good thing? Not. Pros, cons. Gentoo, goddammit. No, ma. No. Nick Darwin. I've thought about Nick Darwin, especially with AI, nowadays, would be way simpler. But how often do I have to rebuild my computer? And I know if I need to rebuild it, it's painful that I have to manually configure a lot of the things, and they run out of sync with my script, because I have a script that I use, Mac OS script, this one, to install my stuff. I use this script actually, but it runs out of sync quite fast, right? And I install tools and I don't update them on the script, so the script is just gone. So if I reinstall macOS, I have to do a lot of things manually. If I use Nix, I wouldn't suffer from that, but I've seen that it's difficult, man. And I've seen that it's a pain in the ass to manage Nix. And I just don't want to do it, to be honest. Yeah, I keep most of my config in my Dotfiles. My DaVinci configuration as well is something very important for me. I back it up to iCloud. So, I don't know. Inconvenient for daily life. Yep. I think about this one. I think about this, and I kind of agree with this. I think if I'm going to manage, like 100 machines, oh man, it would be an amazing solution, because I want to keep them synced, and I don't want to configure one at a time. If I need to deploy all of them, that would make my life way simpler. The people that are gonna use those computers, though, like, I guess they're fucked, because they will not be able to manage them, right? Since you manage the Nix config, you have to install the packages for them and all that. Or is it maybe more useful when you deal with servers? Like, you're the sysadmin, you manage a lot of servers, you install Nix on them, you declare your config, and you're good to go. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the way that Nix works, I have no idea. I'm just talking shit here. Debian and compile from source, then using Nix is just overhyped. I use Debian actually in all the servers, and I just install the packages, with apt pretty much. I don't care if the versions are old, because I mainly install Docker or Docker Swarm, and I install all the applications through there, right? So if I switch here to my home lab, where is this thing? It's how can I get this? I have 3 servers. Let me make this smaller here so you can see it. So Docker, oh, it's just going to be resetting the size every time. It seems every 5 seconds, right? Let's see. So Docker 1, 2, and 3. How control C. Oh, let's see the Emacs key bindings work here. So it's Control A. You see that? So I have my 3 servers, I install Docker on them, and I just run everything as Docker containers. Why the fuck is it resetting if I'm not watching the command? Like, why is the size changing here? It shouldn't. The fuck is going on there? You know what? Fuck this. We're gonna have to take a screenshot of this bitch. So yeah, that's what I do. So I don't need to install a lot of packages in the server itself, because I have my applications running there. Mainly just dependencies, to have so that Docker runs or that Kubernetes runs, if that's the case, and everything just runs as containers. But you should try a distro that can run containers, like Box something. But brother, that is going to be useful for just one server. How I'm going to keep a swarm of servers that talk to each other and that bring up containers when I bring them down, right? If I bring down this unified controller container that is shown here, it will automatically be restarted on any of the other 2 servers, probably in Docker 2 right now, because it's the one that has the least amount of containers running, right? So the Docker daemon or whatever it is that handles that is going to start that container here. Let's see if that actually happens. Now, let's just continue. We're in another place right now. What is chat talking about? The time and enjoyment to debug and oh no, yep. I don't have the time and enjoyment to debug and fix nicks. So, yep. Nope, I don't want to deep into nicks. Omarchi works, but I can understand why others don't like it. Similar apps to DHH web dev. Okay. Oh yeah, you're a web dev, right, Ian? Just raise this opinionated BS. Chamois or GNU Stow. I did watch a couple videos of GNU Stow, and I was like, what fuck, man, this thing is kind of complex, right? So when I decided to start with my Dotfiles and all that stuff, I just did it with symlinks, you know, and that's the way that I've been doing it. It's not optimal, but it works for me, you know. I already know that, okay, so if I'm going to add a new symlink, you saw it, you know, when I did the Emacs thing, you know, I just create the symlink here. I have this function, we could say, create the symlink, and I just create the directory here at the top of the file as well. And this works, you know, I just got used to this. This has worked well for me. And there was a guy in the old Discord that used to tell me, hey, you should try Chamois, you should create a video out of it. And was like, nah, you know, because my symlinks already work for me.
Ian Simmons. If you're comfortable with symlinks and bash scripts, you don't really need store.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about Stow or Chamois or however you say it, but it was just fear on missing out, to be honest, you know. That was pretty much it. There was no reason. And yeah, I can do what I need with symlinks.
Shout out to Pandoc. It's a great tool and the #1 Haskell project ever, probably.
Oh, Pandoc is pretty cool, actually. I've used it. Let's see. What have I used it for? For university homework, actually. I do my homework in a markdown file. Let me show you something real quick. But they're files that I cannot quite show because they're university files. But I've been using Pandoc from no, I haven't been doing it from Neobim, but I've been doing it. Let's see, Command T, like here, right? And the nice thing is that you can pass a reference document. So this document here has the APA7. I don't know how to say that in English, like format, and it uses it. And it converts my markdown file to a Word document. And it's quite useful, to be honest. I like it. After this video, will I interview Basubunni? No. That channel is too big for my channel, and I don't think she would be interested. Haskell. You don't really need stow.
Okay, that's like, whenever people are like, oh, we don't use Haskell in production, I'm like, well, have you seen Pandoc? That's like the go-to example of a successful Haskell project. So shout outs to Pandoc, okay? The nice thing too is that if you want to export to any format, you can either have it write that to a file, or you can have it open in a temporary buffer, copy those contents, and paste that wherever you want. It's also super easy to add source code and quotes. You pretty much just have to do a angled bracket Q and then hit tab, or angled bracket S and then hit tab, and it'll give you that full block. You can even state what programming language it is so that it'll have syntax highlighting, and you can execute those code blocks as well within.
Hold on. I need to see this in slower motion because I'm interested in this.
Export to any format, you can either have it write that to a file, or you can have it open in a temporary buffer, copy those contents, and paste that wherever you want. It's also super easy to add source code and quotes. You pretty much just have to do a angled bracket.
You miss 100% of bullets you don't shoot.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I tried once. Let's see. Because I interviewed the Rio terminal guy, Rafa. I interviewed Rafa. He's from Brazil. Brazil mentioned the accent in Brazil is kind of different. So it's going to be tough. I'm just warning you guys. But at this time, he used to work with Basubunni. They worked, where did they work at? What was the previous company? Rafa was working here in Charm. Yep. So he asked her, and she said she didn't have time or something like that, I think. Pretty much, she doesn't want to do it. Okay, so that ain't happening. But I tried a long time ago, I think.
Q and then hit tab, or angled bracket S and then hit tab, and it'll give you that full block. You can even state what programming language it is so that it'll have syntax highlighting, and you can execute those code blocks as well within org mode.
Oh, you can execute the code blocks, okay?
And it'll show you the output underneath. There is also great built-in navigation, meaning you can jump.
Sorry. Hold on. I was trying to mute myself and I didn't. Hold on. That sounds useful, and that is something that I do in NeoVim a lot. So if I need to add a code block, for example, I have snippets that I have created. Do I have something for Rust? I don't think so.
Ian Simmons, bless you.
Oh no, I didn't sneeze. I was just clearing my throat, I think. But let's see, if I type Rust, does something show up? No, it's just snippets that I created. But this is one that I use a lot, you know, bash. And it automatically places my cursor in there, you know, and I can just type some bash code in there or paste some bash code, you know, that's pretty useful. Or like Python, for example, and I just add the snippet and it just does it there. It does not execute code. I think there must be like an option to do it in NeoVim. I don't have the need to do that, so that's the reason why I don't honestly do it.
Jump between different headings at the same depth, which is way nicer than trying to do the same thing in Markdown. And of course, there's very powerful task management and scheduling. There's an entire calendar
what did she
down.
Say about the headings?
And of course, there's headings at the same depth. There is also great built-in navigation, meaning you can jump between different headings at the same depth, which is way nicer than trying to do the same thing in Markdown. And of course, there's very powerful task management and scheduling. There's an entire calendar that you can just do by writing a to-do in front.
Yep, that is true. I don't know what the right way to navigate Markdown headings is, but I had to create like my own method, and then someone in my video said, brother, this is something that Emacs does by default, but in NeoVim Markdown, I think you have to set it up yourself. I always open this file because it's just a test file that has a lot of headings, right? So I usually fold all the headings level 2. If I want to fold headings level 1, that wouldn't make too much sense, but here are the level 2s, level 3s as well. Here they are. And if I want to go, for example, to this one, I can unfold all of them. In my case, CU unfolds all of the headings, and I can jump between them, like GK to go up, just jumping between headings right now. You know, but I think that's kind of useful as well. Or you can also do it via LSP space SS, and it's just going to show me all the links that are available in this buffer, all the headings, I mean, okay, only headings. So if I want to jump to this one, the images, any of them, let's see, let's say that this one, right, takes me right there. So Emacs cannot do this. Like I have a file and I cannot preview the images like this in Emacs inside the buffer. Of course, I think that that is possible, right? People in chat, is that something that you guys usually do?
Front of a task. Part of what I love about org mode is that it's free form. So you can really structure it in any way that makes sense for your brain and still have it output a full calendar for you, a full agenda for the week without you having to put a ton of effort into managing all of those tasks. I feel like when I've used different like Kanban boards in the past or all of these task management tools, they can take so much time to keep the tasks organized in the right way so that it shows up properly for you. Org mode, it's like if I want to schedule it on a certain day, I just do leader MDS and then the current highlighted task, it'll open up a calendar. I can just type in like June 10th and it'll put it in for June 10th on that day. It can even set a time, you can add labels, you can do all of this stuff to organize your tasks within org mode. It's really outstanding and takes like so little lift to stay organized compared to other task management solutions out there. Again, I think the biggest con with this is just the fact that it's not available on the go. So once I find a solution for that, I'll make a video about it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that video. If I find another video in the meantime as well that I think covers this well, I'll
available on the go, I think she meant on the phone, right? Did someone in chat recommend a solution for that? I think I kind of read something like that a few comments ago.
Try and link it as a comment or in the description, so keep an eye on that too. You can also add links of all kinds. You can add an FTP link, you can add a local file link, you can add an HTTP.
There is borg. Oh yeah, I think that's what I read. What is that? borg for iOS. Yeah. Of course, I use the Lord's operating system on mobile phones, iOS. borg, iOS. What is this? This thing? Oh, and this syncs to your, oh, syncing through iCloud. Okay, okay. So how does it know the repo, we could say, in which you have your tasks? Like, I guess you set that up, right? Like you tell it, okay, so in this specific tab is where I have like my Obsidian vault, we could say, in quotes, right? So this thing knows like in which directory to show the tasks and all that. Okay. That is interesting. That is interesting. Oh, a specific org mode folder, and then you can map borg to the synced folder. Okay. Okay. borg. Why did I choose that name? I have to remember. B. So it was org mode. Okay. Why borg? Just so you are org, borg. Okay. But they have a premium service as well. What is that? Task templates to unlimited. the org settings UI, encryption, export themes, notification sound.
DP link. They support every single kind of protocol that you can have to attach links. So that's a nice thing too, is that you don't have to necessarily clutter your task list with additional context for each task. This is kind of similar to what a lot of people like about Notion, where you can pretty much have a list of all of the projects that you want to work on, and then you can have more details on that specific project kind of just linked to it as a separate page. You can do that within org mode, and that's really nice for staying organized. And of course, if you had the additional layer of org Roam, you get that graphical interface to show you all of those nodes too. I say this as someone who hasn't used org Roam yet, okay? Most of how I use org mode is pretty
Org Roam is the one that, who was it, that replaced with Lord Pratt's denote, I think it is. I don't understand quite well what denote is.
straightforward. I just use it to create tasks. I'll link specific files. So right now I have a full task list of everything that I have to do this week. And for each of them, I'll have maybe a video that I need to get done. And for that, I'll have the script linked as a file instead of taking up any kind of space on my task list. So it just keeps everything really straightforward. And then I can also schedule those so it shows up on my agenda on which days I want to work on those things. The agenda and calendar are managed for you by Emacs. You just have to add the scheduled dates, and they can all show up as tasks on those dates. You can also add tags to any of your tasks so you can categorize them by work, side hustle, or even personal with very little lift. When you're done with your tasks, you can mark them as completed, and you can also archive them so that they no longer show in your task list. I generally tend to have like one org file per month, but I think if I was maybe having better practices with archiving stuff, I probably wouldn't necessarily need to do that, but usually I'll have like a June.org file, and I'll just keep updating that with all of the tasks that I want to get done in June. It's nice too that in org files, it's very easy to just collapse anything that you don't want to see. So this can just be a nice way to stay focused on whatever your current task is or whatever your current day is, so that you're not getting distracted by the overwhelm of additional tasks that you still have yet to do. As for the features that I have yet to explore, I really want to check out the access from another device or my phone. Right now, I'm just using version control, so I keep all of my tasks in a Git repo and access that repo from different machines. I also
That's what I do as well. Tried the Obsidian app on the phone, didn't like it. So my notes are actually pushed to GitHub like this. It's automatically pushed to GitHub if I don't make a change in, I don't know, like 5 minutes or something. I have a script that does that. So my notes are always on GitHub. So if I need to review them on my phone, I just open the GitHub app, review them there. I rarely need to do that, to be honest, you know, but it's more complicated to edit a file on the GitHub mobile app. It's not that pleasant, you know, but if you need to look at something, it's there.
also want to look into snippets. I'm also intrigued by multi-cursor support. I've heard so many people talk about the value of multi-cursors. I always thought that maybe just like a search and replace is fine because I'm used to using Vim. So often I'll just like select a block of code and then just use the S command to replace the words. Apparently with multi-cursor, you can have non-uniform edits, and you can have either the different edits or the same edit under each cursor. So that sounds like it can be pretty powerful. So I might actually make the effort to check that one out. I do
Also, there's multi-cursor in Emacs, which is something not available in NeoVim yet. I think Justin is working on that. That should be coming on the next version. That is what Helix guys use, right? Multi-cursor.
I think it'd be really fun to do a video dedicated to just upgrading my Emacs workflow where I look through a ton of the different features.
The MC package, correct. Yep, MC Hammer. The MC Hammer branch. If you know, you know. That's a reference only for chats.
That are available, handpick them, and actually fully implement them. It could also be interesting to do a dedicated video just on the Emacs calendaring system so that we can get it fully organized and make it accessible from other devices so that you can still check it on the go. To me, this feels like a prerequisite to actually becoming dependent on the org mode calendar. So I think that could make for a fun video. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you have any other Emacs specific content that you want to see from me. Don't forget to give it a like, give it a subscribe if you want to support my channel, and I will see you in a future video.
Okay, let's give it a like. Everybody subscribed. Let's see what people say in the comments. Where are the comments? Down here. Video next. Primogen and Teach are sweating bullets right now. You would make a great guest for Sasha Shua. We need more people. Okay, now the professor talked about Sasha. Let me look her up. I don't know what she does, but the professor talked about her a lot. I don't know who she is, to be honest. So what does she do? Oh, we see Rod there. That's cool. Let's take a look at this. Talking to Prot about Emacs workflows. Prot. Sasha Shua is awesome. This is the first time that I see her. Let's see.
Everything is
Fantastic. This is great. I finally get to talk to you. I appreciated that you blogged so quickly about some of the things that I mentioned, and we can certainly dive right into that. Or if you have a lot more experience with how these conversations go, so I can let you take the lead.
Since you put in the effort to write, we already have a very good structure. The idea is, let's have your screen, so you can share your screen with Jitsi.
I will share my screen.
Yeah, and we can go right into it. Let's see.
Yeah.
So if you hover over... Okay, yeah, you have it.
At some point, I should be really like fancy. Future session, we should get CRDT working. Because that's fun.
Yes. Oh, that would be nice, yes.
Yeah, that would be nice. All right.
So she just typed their future session. This is what type of file is this? This is an organizer.org file. Okay, so she's just taking notes here. This is not a task or anything. When you want to add a task, you just do to do, okay? The tasks that are done shown here.
So I've been making good progress in splitting up my config into multiple modules. I just have to iron out a couple of things. Like, do I actually have to load the autoloads from the user?
I think this is a good idea. This is a good video to watch afterwards. I'm going to subscribe to this channel. I'm already subscribed to Lord Prot, of course. But the professor is the one that mentioned Sasha. So I will have to take a look at her videos, I think. Sasha Shua, evil. What does she think? What does she recommend? Sasha, what do you recommend? Living La Vida Emacs. Evil. Maybe that's not like a proper search term. Evil mode. Emacs rocks. Is this similar to Lua rocks or something? No. I want to watch this. Is this the one that we were watching right now? This is a different one, right? Newbies and starter kits. We have to watch this one. Before I continue, I have to watch this one actually. Yay, Emacs. We're gonna watch this one tomorrow on stream. What is this one? Emacs starter kits and other resources 2 months ago. Okay, so this is 2 months ago. This is 2 months ago. Which one is older? Which one is newer? Why does this one have... Okay, let's watch this one with Lord Prot. Or... Okay, so it has the name there. Okay, YE23. YE24. I think we're gonna watch this one tomorrow. At... Save to watch later. Where can I see the watch later list? And if I show it, am I gonna show all the Mandingo parties videos that I want to watch later as well? Let me switch here. Watch later. Where is that? Watch later. Huh. What do I have in here? I found it. No more Fender. Can Butterband return for one more fight? What the fuck is this, brother? Like, I think I watched this one. It's
Ian
bullshit.
Simmons. Hide all your furry videos.
All my furry videos. Yep. This one, that is bullshit, man. AI cannot generate video quite well yet. It'll get there sometime, maybe, but not yet. What happened with this guy? What is his name? Pirate Software. Did he get canceled or something? Or he's good now? But I added this one. We're gonna watch it tomorrow on stream. Is the voice too loud? Is the voice, the TTS voice, too loud compared to my voice? Any files, Markdown, org mode, plain text files, okay. Just using a dedicated task management to do app servers seems so much simpler to me. Yeah, of course, it is way simpler, especially if it's synced to the cloud, but I tried that already. What did I try? I don't want to, Ian. I'm trying to find an excuse, but fuck it. I don't want that shit, okay? So I want to do it in Neovim or in Emacs. Fuck your dedicated pussy apps no, don't want it. I just want to do it in Neovim. I couldn't think of anything better. Sorry. CRDT. What is CRDT? She's vanilla based. She doesn't care about evil nonsense. Oh, so she's the goat then. Okay. So she's the goat. Super recommended. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna watch that video on stream tomorrow. She talks to Prat, so she's probably going to ask the Prat the questions that I have as a newbie. The interview with Prat at this point would make more sense because I have used Emacs a little bit, so I'm more confused than ever. So that would also make sense as well. But I need to explore more, before I talk to Prat again, because I need to have more questions. Otherwise, I don't understand what he's talking about. When I have a more of a base, I understand, and we can have a better conversation. Let's see, what do we have here? All of this
Ian Simmons. Okay, sorry. So sensitive. Have fun building a second task management system that you won't use.
Oh, what a bitch. Did you check DistroTube's Intro to Doom Emacs? No, I didn't check DistroTube's one. That could be a good idea as well. I want to watch Sasha's video tomorrow. Okay, so let me add it to my to-do system that I am never going to see again in my freaking life. So I just do Alt-T or Option-T, and I just do here video. Watch Sasha. Is that how you write it? Sasha? Where is it? No, here. No, it's with C. Okay. SC. Sasha. The thing is that I cannot find the tasks here easily, okay? So my way of doing it right now is not the best, because if I bring up my tasks, I see all of them here. And I'm like, okay, so which one is urgent? Which one is not? I do have them there because I need to do them, but I cannot find them easily, I think. I think I have to sort them by creation date, maybe all the time. I don't know. But we have less tasks there. All right, chat. I think I'm going to be wrapping this up in the next few minutes. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, share them. I'm going to read them right now. And then we're going to end. I don't think there's something else that I wanted to do as well. Let me just look at DistroTube's one. Where is DistroTube? Don't Emacs.
Anita Max Code. Nixos is overhyped and for furries. Change my mind.
Oh, brother.
Sister N, how was your day?
How was my day? What's good today, brother? Thanks. Thanks for asking.
Ian Simmons, in all seriousness, I would love to see you try Emacs, just so I don't have to do it myself.
Oh, that's a pretty good point. Yep. Ian, whatever you do, you follow. Because you're a little follower, a little bitch that follows me around doing whatever I do. So the king decided that he was gonna stop using Tmux. He decided to go with Kitty Sessions. Now Ian is using Kitty Sessions. So if I switch to Emacs, you know that you're gonna end up switching to Emacs as well, baby.
Sisterin, what's for dinner?
What's actually? I'm hungry. I'm gonna ask the wife. Like, what are we gonna eat? How long have I been here? Let's see. 3 fucking hours? God damn it. That's too much. Which one is the DT video? Getting started with Dom Emacs. Probably this one. What you need to know on day one, or this one. Well, this is 4 years ago. This is outdated probably. I think this is a better option. Let's save it there. It's only
Ian
60 minutes.
Simmons, no, I'm back on Tmax. Kitty Sessions failed me.
You're back on Tmax. Why? What failed on Kitty Sessions for? Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Kitty Sessions are there, but you need to make them work, I get it. It's not that simple, but they work fine. You see how I switch between my sessions quite fast? They work great, man. I don't know. Even but I love sesh and I cannot live without sesh. So, Kashmir, you think you're Josh's bitch. Josh Medeski's bitch. You're not. Ian is Josh Medeski's bitch. Like, he's like tossing his hat at all day in Discord. Josh here, Josh there, Josh, sesh, sesh, sesh. So this works for me. This works for me. This works fine for me, bro. I don't know what to say there. But I get it. It hasn't been easy to set up Kitty Sessions. It's been a pain. But it'll get there eventually. I think this is the one. Is this the one? Can someone in chat confirm if this is the video that I should be watching?
Ian Simmons. Yes, that's correct. I was following Josh long before I found you.
Syncing notes is easy, but how do you sync it? Manders. With Apple Watch and iPhone. Using org. Oh. With the app that the other guy mentioned. What was Borg? Borg. I think. This is but the Unix philosophy. Prad does paid coaching. You can pay. Oh, brother. That's a hit. But I try to support a little bit. Let's see. Where can you see your sponsors? Is sponsors the one that sponsor you? You sponsored. How can I see the ones that I sponsor? Like, if I go to my profile, I just sponsor 3 people. Rod, COVID, and Neovim. That's it. Where can I see this? Oh man. Why did he type this? All right, guys. So thanks for joining. This has been 3 hours. Too long, to be honest. I'm not going to be able to do this. The only reason why I did this today is because I'm off at work. When I'm working, I cannot do this for sure. And the schedule changes. Okay, so I'm doing this right now. It's 4:30 p.m. my time, but I usually have to do it at around 5 a.m. my time. So you guys won't be able to join. You guys won't be able to be there because that's the time before I take my daughter to school and before I start work. So if I stream tomorrow, it's gonna be around 5 a.m. my time. So, yep. Thanks for joining. We'll see you. Bye.